Hello.
Hello. Hello
Hello,
on a
hello.
Saturday night. That's a bit confusing, isn't it? Welcome to the Knit Night podcast. If you're new here, welcome, 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 wherever you are in the world. And if you're returning, of course, I love you and I miss you so much. Did you miss me a little bit? Just a little bit?
Yes,
Maybe this much?
absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
name's My name's Jo Bob. If you're new here, I'm Jo, and I've got a funny accent. Today I'm joined by our producer, Liz Clothier. We can't do it without her. And then our gorgeous friend Morgan, who's from the state where I buy my toolboxes from, and apparently cheese. We need to get more cheese curds happening.
That's right.
We're just a group of friends, and we met online. So you're meeting us online. You can be our friend as well. We are a group of
Right.
friends who have met online over the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years. We get
Almost
together every
5.
week. Yeah, 5. That's what I meant. That's what I started with. 5, 4. Counting down. 5, 4. Counting all my toes and fingers. I'm not from Tasmania, so I might say 6. We get
Might be
together.
6, yes.
We are crafters. So I would like to say majority knitters, but that's not true because there's sewers. I miss our lady friend, Miss Ragamuffin. We have embroiderers, sewers, tatters, crocheters, you name it, any macrame or macrame, as some of you might say. We
Cross
just love to
stitch.
get together. Cross stitching, Tunisian crochet. I say it with a T. If you've been watching, you've probably seen Neil. He's from the UK. We have friends from all over the world. And this is our friendship, our fellowship, our get together to keep me sane. Anything I say, disclaimer, is not necessarily the views of others people here and vice versa. We never mean to offend people, but that could happen because I often take one foot out of my mouth and put the other one in. I'm a bit sweary. Some people are hilariously funny. You may pee your pants. We talk about all sorts of topics. It's just a hangout. And usually it's on a Monday night, and forever it'll probably be on a Monday night. But unfortunately, in the last 5 weeks, I have not been able to make it on Monday nights. So the girls very kindly gave up their Saturday night to come and chat to me.
Of course.
So if you're joining us, thank you. Thank you very much. And
Wait,
grab your beverage of choice, grab your crafting, or just, put your earbuds in and walk around the house and do your housework and listen to us. That would be lovely. Come and join us. Everyone is welcome. Anybody is welcome. Anybody is welcome. Just contact Liz. Senko Farms. I miss you. And that's it. This for the last 12 months. Years ago, we said, hey, why don't we get together and chit chat for real with our friends? Because we would have private chats. And we're like, oh no, there's so many of us who are missing out on all the goss, all the news, all the knitting inspirations and accusations. Long intro, this one. The thing is, we just like to get together. So you're very welcome. If you would like to contact Liz Clothier at Liz Clothier Designs here on Insta, on YouTube, wherever you find Knit Night Podcast or you find Liz Clothier Designs, don't be shy.
or
Look,
pop a
just look,
message
here
in the
I
Knit
am.
Night Instagram. Send us a
Yeah,
DM on the
put a
Knit Night
message
Instagram.
there. You don't have to even show your face if you don't want to. If you just want to put a little avatar up or a profile photo and come and chat to us. I don't care if you're on your treadmill or if you're like Amy, she's in the bathtub or she's cooking her dinner. It's just nice to make friends and meet friends. So even if we
Absolutely.
can't see you face to face, that's okay. If you're shy about your grey hair, don't care, or you're wearing your daggy weekend hoodie, uh,
Or your
no
bathrobe.
judgment. Your bathrobe, Tabitha, and your shower curtain, or a shower cap. We're not judgy. Well, you know what? That's funny. We're
We are.
judgy with ourselves, and we like to
We're
take the
so
piss.
judgy. What are you talking about?
We're so judgy. So I'm keeping it real. We're very judgy amongst ourselves, but that's because we know each other a little bit better. We promise to be kind to new people.
And
Turn up
Neil.
on a Monday night when I can't make it. You're sure to be safe then. But I have to say, I have had a couple of opportunities to listen in for the Monday night podcast. And when Therese said, Morgan started a conversation about pea containers. And when Therese says, oh, Mum, when you finish with that cottage cheese, I just about crashed my car. I laughed so hard. And that's been on my brain ever since. So Therese, I wish she was here tonight, but she's obviously out with hubby and doing real Saturday night stuff. And hey, it's summer over there, so you guys are probably out and about enjoying the longer days while I'm freezing here. I woke up 4 hours ago and I was like, I want to talk to the girls. I should get them up early. And then I realized it was dark outside and you would not see me in my mobile office.
Joe Bob,
So,
what's your temperature? What's your temperature there?
Oh, today it's really lovely. We've got the single digit temperatures, which means nothing to you guys. We've had lots of rain in the past week. In fact, down the hill in Sydney, it's all on the news. They're all flooded again, poor buggers. So I would not be able to travel to Sydney this weekend if I wanted to because the bridges are covered in water. Lots of rain, just a huge rain downpour came through the east coast of Australia during the week. And today is a magnificent day. I'm so shocked. Today there is blue sky. The sun is trying to come out and it's probably about 8 degrees, which is really mild. It's been quite mild for the winter so far. A couple of early morning frosts and lots of fog, but none of that hard frost where you can't open your car door because it's stuck to the body of your car yet. That hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
I hate winter, guys.
Well,
I really hate winter.
It's 108 here. So if you're 8 degrees, which is about 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's see
Sorry,
how
I'm
bad
just
we
looking at the side of my phone to possibly put my power bank in because Lord knows we'll need it.
So we're
Yes,
62
I
degrees
saw,
different, Joe.
excuse me while you look up my nose. I saw on my Google News that you guys were having some lovely little heat waves. I just bought a new power bank from Cotton On and I just thought I'd give it a twirl. It's just a little mini one. So it's just a cheapie made in our People's Republic. And I don't know if it'll work or not. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so if we have any interference, let me know.
Yeah, no, we're
yeah,
just hot early.
like
Normally we don't get this hot till the end of July or beginning of July. So it was early this year. We were
right.
112 a couple of days ago. So
Oh, I saw that. So for us, that's like 50 degree days, which is unheard
yeah,
of, Liz.
yeah, I won't be. That's
Yeah,
why
that's crazy.
I did not do Worldwide Knit in Public Day because that would have meant I had to go out in public in the heat. So
So that
I
was
skipped that.
yesterday. Was that
Well,
today? Was that
today for
yesterday
us.
for you?
Today for us.
Today for you, yesterday for us.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, well, as Senko asked, where have I been? I've been at work. I got a real job. A real, like, 9 to 5, 5 days a week job, which I haven't had for quite a long time. For the last 2 years, I have just been casual in my job, which is really horrific here because that means not even a monthly roster. That could mean a weekly roster. You don't know on Sunday night if you're even working on Monday. And it's been really tough. Some weeks I might have worked 50-hour week. But more recently, unfortunately, since January, I did 50-hour and 40-hour weeks over Christmas, but since January, the person who has been in charge, the new person at my previous work, decided I should just do a 4-hour shift twice a week. And that financially crippled me and emotionally made me want to be unalive. And I had to borrow money off kids to pay bills. And it was really emotionally and mentally depressing and awful. Just awful.
So glad you're away from this.
Oh, months and months of having, it's not just the money. I don't actually work for the money. And I know that sounds really funny, but I don't. It's great and it pays the bills. But I've got to the age where if I don't love it, I'm not doing it. So hence I don't cook, clean, iron, all that jazz anymore. Once you hit the 50s, I think I could be speaking only for myself, but I found, a few friends who've said, yeah, what the heck? Yeah,
Well, you're
Liz, I have actually said to my kids, someone made a snarky about, oh, no one's cleaned the bathroom and whatever, whatever. And I went, you know what? When my mum and dad had me, and they went, oh, look at this beautiful Joe Bob we've brought into the world, I'm sure they didn't think, oh, and she's going to be the most amazing house cleaner and laundry person and be the greatest cook in the world because that's her future. No, F off with that shit. So I've told my kids that, and they're quite alarmed that I don't want to really, now that they're adults, want to be that trad mum who's going to cook them a roast meal every Sunday. Fuck that. I'd rather knit. I'd rather put my feet up, put my pajamas on, throw my dressing gown on, and fondle my yarn. I'm being a
they
bit
could
selfish
cook.
in my old age because,
No, they
20
could
years
cook.
before I had, oh, they can cook or they can buy takeaway because they earn more money than I do. No, I have just in the last probably, since menopause, since menopause, decided that I worked for like 25 years before I had my kids. I took off all the primary school, grade school, and early high school years. I was butt ass broke, paying a mortgage, doing the markets, doing little jobs here and there. Like I was a swim coach, a sports coach for the schools. I worked as what we call like a teacher's aide, school learning support officer. I did odd little jobs that fit in with school and never had a real job for 20 years while I raised my kids, and 10 and a half years of that was alone as a single mum. So now's my time. And I've just walked out of this really shitty situation where I didn't want to go to work. I was waking up with
I know.
tears rolling down my face. I could not step in that place with, and it's really horrible, but isn't it awful that one person can make your life absolute hell, that you don't want to be somewhere? Just one person. Um, and it's not just me. Last year, when these people turned up, and I'm talking about a couple, when they turned up, the person who employed me left. Within 3 days, the next person left. And then within a month, the next person left. Now, that's 3 out of 6 staff. And I thought, oh God, I'm next. They're going to target me. And I hung in there and hung in there. Now I have a real job, permanent, full time, all the
Who
benefits,
appreciate you.
the sick leave, the holiday leave. And you know what? Golly darn gosh, they are professional. They are hardworking. They are really lovely. All they care about is work. There's no drama. No drama, no shuffling you and using you and abusing you, as in your hours and your, financial stability. They're just so lovely. They're like, hey, put that on your timesheet. And I'm like, no. Oh, but you stayed back. I'm like, no, I'm just tidying up here, cleaning up my section, trying to get to know all the products and the stock. And I'm quite happy to spend an extra half an hour doing bits and pieces because I'm a little old lady who likes to fluff around. I just feel like a new person.
That's because you're treated with respect and they
Oh,
appreciate you.
I feel like when I was in my 30s, again, 20s and 30s, where I had a job where I felt like I have responsibility and I have targets to meet, and and I have a voice, and I can be proud of what my output is.
Well, what you're
So
doing now, the difference is now, Joe, is you're rated and you're based on what you do. Like you're
yes,
responsible for you, and it's
yes, I
not,
am.
and so you're not responsible for everybody else.
Yes, you hit that nail on the head. I go to my job and I do my job, whereas at the other place,
You
holy
did
dooly,
everybody's
I was
job.
doing stuff that, I was, because I just wanted to keep the business looking good and running well. I was doing everything I could to be helpful, and that included not my roles. And if someone said, oh, can you work, I'd jump at it and say yes. But it got to a stage, like I said, it was all good and well over Christmas when nobody else wanted to work. And I did 17 days straight. Had one day off and then went back again. It was all good and well, but then when they all came back and decided they needed money because they've got financial goals, being younger than me, they want mortgages, they want to pay their bills, they want to buy a car, they just took all of my hours and went, oh, well, you can come in at 4 hours at the end of the day and basically be the cleanup person. I felt like is it Samuel Jackson's movie, The Cleaner, The Sweeper, whatever it's called, The Cleaner? He goes in and cleans up after all the murders. That's how I felt. And although I enjoyed doing the job, I felt like I was just being abused and a token to just do the shitty things that nobody else wanted to do. So that's where I've been. Feeling 100% better emotionally, starting to slide back financially. Oh, I'm feeling proud of myself that I have a real job as an old lady. That's so much for your self-esteem.
Hey, Joe Bob, can you pop out and pop back?
Oh, no.
Wait, it might. Wait. It might be because I don't.
What?
It is you.
Hold on. Okay, now.
No, it's still there.
Let me just have a look. Because I've gone out of everything. Let me just see if I left our link open. I'll be back. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
Yeah, you need a break from me. I've been talking nonstop
No, we
for
don't.
16 minutes.
Never.
I'll be back in a minute. Bye, y'all.
Okay. Bye, Joe.
You won't let me leave.
Okay.
There we go.
What about now? Are we getting echo?
No, I don't hear anything now.
It's probably, even if it's not her, it's something on her thing.
Well,
I
for
don't
some
know.
reason my AirPods wouldn't connect before, so I thought, okay, well, so maybe it was me because I didn't have any earbuds in. So I was like, okay, and now it finally connected now, and now it's staying connected. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but
I don't know. It's just, we're fine until we go live and then we get the echo.
right,
It's like every time with Joe. It's some kind of thing from Australia. The connection is just not good.
the
But
future.
we're so glad to have her back, and we're so glad to have chat. Hey, everybody who's spending your Saturday evening with us, we appreciate it.
Who's all here? I haven't even looked yet.
Cheryl and
Oh,
Senko and Sherry and Kat
hi.
and Moira, and yeah, it's awesome. Thank you for being here. We wanted to spend time with Joe and Morgan, and Therese couldn't be here because she has a life and a social life, unlike me. So we decided to do a last minute Saturday. I don't know if we're going to do Monday or not. I don't know. We didn't talk about that, so have no clue. So, oh, Joe Bob's back. Let's see. There she is.
Yeah, you should continue doing Mondays. There's no, just because I can't make it. We have,
Well,
that's why I'm asking our friends who are out there who are a little bit shy, come on, come and chat
well,
because
well, I think we'll still probably do Monday, but I don't know if we'll
yeah.
do this Monday since we did today. I don't know if Teresa's going to want to do Monday. So
Oh,
we
sorry,
might
I
just
just jumped in. I just
we
jumped
might
in
just
hearing you say,
I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
we're going to do
We
Monday.
might alternate do a week Saturday and then a week Monday and
Yeah,
alternate
that
them.
would be cool.
That way,
Yeah.
we can get Morgan and Joe can be there if Morgan's not got plans. So
Morgan!
we'll have to figure it out.
Yes.
So
Morgan,
Joe,
okay, shut up, Joe Bob. Morgan, where have you been all my life? What's going on? How's Oreo? How's that ugly looking little spider you love so much?
She's good. She just molted again. I just put her in a new enclosure. So she's a little bit bigger now. I just fed her recently and she ate, everything. And now she's just creating new webs, in her new enclosure now. And yeah, it's here, hold on. Let me pull up some pictures. Hold
I was
on.
going to say, when you say she's bigger, does that mean I would actually see her if she was like on the wall next to me when I go to the toilet? Like, would I see her and run out, or would I not see her still?
I mean, you'd see her, but I don't think you'd be like scared and like run out.
Okay, not like our
Like
big
here, I'll
hairy
show you.
things.
Right. Okay, hold on. Let me find a
Oh, glad
a good
Pirate's not
picture.
here. Me saying big hairy things in the toilet. I know where he'd go with
Um,
that.
he would have said something earlier when you said we were what kept you from
Yeah.
going insane, because Pirate would have said that's a lost cause because you know him.
I know him. God love him. He's the best guy ever.
He is.
Okay,
He's the
so
best.
And
here's
Neil.
a
Neil is too.
picture.
All our Brit guys.
That's her with her dinner.
Oh my gosh, she's one of those angry looking.
Oh,
Has she got points?
I was
Oh,
making her big.
make her big for me because I've got old lady eyes
Oh,
and glasses. Don't make
there.
me big. Hang on, I'm
Oh, there
sitting
we go.
back. No
There we
one's.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
she's got a
there
lovely.
we go.
pointy bum.
Oh wait, hold on. I moved it. Hold on.
I need to see her. Oh no, I'd be scared because she's got a pointy bum, and she's no, she looks
That was
angry.
before she ate, though. That was before she finished eating, though. Her bum is now, more round.
Oh, okay. She kind
Yeah.
of looks
Hey,
scary to me with that. Anything pointy and sharp on the end of an insect is a bit scary for me.
we are
Yeah,
the
no,
only knitting
she's good.
podcast that talk about spider bums. Just putting it out there.
Mm,
You can't get this
mm.
content from anybody else.
Anywhere else.
Hey,
Do
Tara.
is that Tara? Is she in
Yes,
the
she's in
chat?
the chat. Yes.
Tara, I made 3 emotional support chickens, and I thought about you the whole time. And I'm sorry I haven't got them to show you because I gave them as gifts already to
Aw.
3 little kids. They were so
Aw.
cute. I made their bodies sweaters. So I gave them a band around the neck and around the bottom of their sweaters and just did a full color for their bodies. So they were chickens in sweaters. And I was thinking
Aw.
about Tara with all her chooks.
I know. I miss seeing the chickens and the turkeys and the
Yeah.
puppies.
Oh, she got a new puppy while I've been away.
Yes, she got a white puppy.
A creamy white. Well,
And
who knows what color in the mud, but summertime there, so it should be very clean still.
she just finished one
Wow.
and it's going to be
Oh,
gifted. She just did an emotional chicken too, Joe Bob.
really? Oh, they're so cute. Finish one and it's going to be gifted. You have to gift them. They're just gorgeous. And I've got a few. I've done well, that's my first modification is doing this little sweater on them, and I don't want to do the math, but I know there's clever, very smart knitters out there who would. What about, even though you've got short rows, what about doing a little fair isle pattern on one?
I've seen them with feral patterns.
Oh, I think
I've
that would be
seen them.
so cute. And my tip is when you do that one tail feather, and then you're told to do the second one with a row less, and then crochet them together or sew them together. You know what Joe Bob does? Because Joe Bob's lazy. I do the full rows on both of them. They match each other. I plonk them together and do a 3 needle bind off. So there's my seam. And then I have yarn at either end to sew the tail feathers together and then reinforce with the other end. So that's my little tip. Oh, it gets in the swimming pool. Yeah, the dirt and the leaves. Oh my goodness.
At least it's Gandalf getting in the swimming pool and not a black bear. I saw somewhere a black bear was in someone's swimming
Yes.
pool.
Yes.
One guy walked into his kitchen and there was a black bear in his kitchen in his refrigerator.
I would have a heart attack. I would drop
Oh
on the spot.
It
Lord.
I'm
did it did
telling
it
you.
didn't try to attack him at all. It was just trying to eat from the refrigerator.
I would drop. I
Mm.
would explode internally. I would, yeah. I wanted to ask Morgan, because she's
Mhm.
also the reptilian person with those horrible slithering snakes. Do snakes eat spiders? What do snakes eat besides Australians?
um, Mostly rodents.
Oh, rats,
And
mice.
some species will also eat other snakes too sometimes.
Oh, I want those in Australia. We could like decrease the population if they ate each other.
Yeah, the king snakes are known to be able to eat like other venomous snakes. So
Right. So they eat rats,
yeah,
and that's right. They do eat rats and mice because there were a lot of snakes around when we had the mice plague.
they do eat other things too. I believe, kind of just depending on like what's around and opportunity too. But oh,
Yeah, sorry, Morgan.
Python.
I just
They
saw what
found a
scary.
Sherry said.
python in Indonesia ate a woman the other day.
Exactly. They
They cut it
strangled them
out of
and
her.
swallowed.
They cut her out of it, but it was obviously too late. She was
I'm trying to
suffocated and
get
then
too
swallowed.
fat so they can't get me. Did you just see what Sherry put in the chat, guys? If you're watching
Yeah.
afterwards,
Yeah,
sorry,
a
a
bear
bear
paw.
paw print at her house, outside
Scary.
her house. I'd burn the house down and I'd move. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how to do. They're scary. So scary. Wow. Hey, you want to see my accusations that I just got 2 minutes ago before we started? 2 minutes before we started.
Sure.
I ran across the road. The little haberdashery shop that's never open on a Sunday morning, which guess what, guys? It's tomorrow here, is open because they got a special visitor coming to purchase stuff. And I just got some art yarn. I got some art yarn.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I got some art yarn, $5. I got some art yarn. They have in this little shop they have new and secondhand yarns. So this is just and donated yarns and second. Someone's done a terrific job. This is making me feel better about my own spinning abilities. When my kids were little, yes, Sherry, yes. Oh, oh my gosh! I just picked up some art yarn to make some chunky hats. Oh, here's one more. I just got 3 lots of art yarn. This one I think was $10, but you know what? I couldn't be bothered getting out my spinning wheel. Well, it's out, but it's covered in dust. Look at that. Some chunky
That's
monkey
pretty.
art yarn.
Ooh.
How
You can make
cool
a
is that? So it's just
panguano with
obviously some
that.
roving. Someone's given it a bit of a twist. I wonder if they probably did on a spinning wheel because there is some over twist in here, or a hand spindle would be funny. Yeah. So I just went across the shop because the lovely lady pulled up and I'm peering in the window and she let me in before she's opening today because
Oh,
she
that's
knows I
nice.
can't help myself. Yeah, so I just got some chunky yarn because that's an easy knit to make a big fat beanie.
I'm just laughing because
What?
in normal
What?
circumstances, it would be people in town would know the person who is the junkie, and they'd be like, "Oh, we got some good stuff in. Better go tell him." But with Joe, it's the same with yarn. Everyone in town knows you.
She did say, I thought I recognized your back. And I said, well, stop enabling me by putting stuff in the window for me to see and want. She's got a little window display. Um, did I tell you about a month and a half ago? I probably didn't tell you. Do you know what she put in the window? Some
No,
secondhand jars of landscape dyes, all the different, and there were big pots and little pots. And I know people say dyes go off and dyes, sometimes go whatever. But for me, who's only been using food coloring, food color dyes, she had like 15 jars, all different colors, and some 3/4 filled and some almost filled, some half empty or half filled if you want to be a positive person. And I went, $2, $3, $2, $1, $1. What? I'll take the lot. And I walked out of there $60 later because then she said, oh, I've got all the what is it, the acid and the whatever you need, the chemicals and whatever in
citric
another tub
acid.
that she had out the back.
Citric
No,
acid.
yeah, citric acid and some sort of sulfites as well, like I don't know. But see, she knows me too well, and said the dyes all cost me $40 or $38 because and it was a big bag, like a big shopping bag. I filled a big cooler bag. And then because she knows me so well, she said, oh, I've got a tub of all the chemicals and salt and stuff like that, and you can have that for $20. And I looked at the tub and thought, well, the tub had cost me $8 at the store, so I'll just take it, the whole lot. So I took the whole lot for $60, gave her $60 and ran out. And then she just asked me how'd I go with it. Well, you know what I've done with it? It's just sitting in my wool room in a tub, of course. I haven't touched it. It was only a month and a half ago. Come on.
Doesn't
It's
she
still
know
in my,
you
I
have
haven't
yarn
even
that's
looked
years
at it.
old? It takes you a while.
Shh, don't tell her that. Well, funny story. I came out of my wool room 2 nights ago in the dark with my neck lamp on. I'd been down there. My wool room's in my machinery shed. For those of you who don't know, I live on a farm in a tin shed, no room for my wool. So I have a whole room full of wool and fleece and everything I can cram in there. I can't even get in there now. I came out with just a handful and some wool shoved in my pockets, and hubby comes out and says, "Oh, I see you've been to the wool store." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "You've been visiting your wool shop." And I said, "Yes, I have." And I bring it inside and I look at it and play with it. And I still don't make anything with it. So I thought that was funny. He now calls my wool room my wool store. He says I have more wool in my wool store than the local yarn store. He hasn't seen what's in my car.
Your mobile office. Yeah.
A nice
Um,
cone of oatmeal 12 ply, 10 ply.
Sherry says that she's scorpions. Your country's beautiful, but I don't know about all the poison creatures. Are there threats from them year round? Like,
But scorpions, oh, Sherry, do you know that the girls know? One night I went to bed in summer and put my arm under the pillow because I like to sleep on my side. So I put my arm under my pillow to stretch out, and a scorpion was under there and bit me. It got me
I
good. It
remember.
nipped me and it stung like a mother. For
I
hours it
remember.
stung and swelled up. Yeah. So that was only little itty bitty scorpions, only like this big, the little ones.
Yeah, we get them
Yeah,
here
we have
too.
all those. Yeah, you have them. You have them. You have
We
like
do.
scary rattlesnakes and stuff like that too. You have
Um,
rattlers and the UK.
not it's
Scary.
they're more. They tend to be more out in the desert. The snakes. We don't usually get them as close to where I live, but
Around
we
your
do get.
house, on your front
Yeah, no,
porch.
no, no. Because they
Well, they
avoid
just
people. They stay away from built up areas because they avoid people. So they're more out in the
well,
desert.
according to David, according to my husband, who knows everything about the bush, um, some snakes are angry snakes depending on their colour, and some would rather run away from you. I don't know what colour is what colour. All I see is a snake and I shit myself. And I don't like any snakes. Sorry for all those animal lovers out there who have pythons and whatever, whatever. It comes from, I think, being a kid going bushwalking with mum and dad, and for dad freaking out, going, "Oh my God, you just stepped over a snake and you didn't see it. Keep your eyes down." And so, shit myself. And the time in New Guinea when I couldn't get upstairs into the house because all the houses are on pylons off the ground. And I couldn't get up the stairs because there was a snake on the staircase looking at me. So I've had a few encounters with snakes, and not happy about it. When I was a kid, we went to, like, how you guys have state fairs or fun
Hmm.
fairs and things like that.
Hmm.
We, have agricultural shows and big fun fairs on weekends. And when I was a kid, the family went to one, and there was a snake guy there, like a snake charmer or snake educator, and he had a whole ring of us around his enclosure, and he was showing snakes on sticks and handling snakes, and he asked for a volunteer so that he could demonstrate how a snake bites you, and a non-poisonous snake, and he just wanted to show how they bite and what they look like, how they grab on. And my father pushed my mother forward and volunteered her, and I think that has triggered me ever since, because she did have to stand there and get bitten by a non-venomous snake, and
That's
dad
awful.
probably thought it was hilarious. Yeah, well, it's no wonder my parents divorced. But yeah, I think that has, and she didn't wasn't a fan of snakes, but she got to experience that. So no, that was awful. I think it was all fun and jokes and taking the piss, as we do, but it wasn't as a kid watching your mum get pushed forward to volunteer to be the snake bite
No.
demonstratee.
Sherry, I've
Copperhead
had
snake.
experiences with copperheads when I lived in North Carolina, also water moccasins, which are not fun either. But
Oh,
so yeah, they can
see,
be
I've
mean.
only seen water snakes. I've only seen water snakes in New Guinea when I've been in the river swimming as a 14, 15-year-old, and they're going past, going down with the current, going past you. So I haven't really had any close. I've only had one really close encounter with a snake where I got stuck between it and land because I was out on a rock. I'd gone down a big rocky ledge to a river, and I hopped over to this big rock that was just solo. And when I turned around to go back, there was a snake looking at me. It had come out of the rocks that I had just, well, I'd woken it up and disturbed it. So I stood there for a long time contemplating jumping into the river and going across the river to the other side, far away from the snake. But my boyfriend at the time thought it was hilarious and just encouraged me to jump back over it. That was very
Water snakes
traumatic, and I
are
think I just stood there and cried. I
water
cried
snakes are
until he could
nasty.
convince me that it was okay. It was a big black snake. It had big black shiny scales, and it was a bit scary. So no, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Well, you have
Ugh,
reasons for
not
not
a
being
fan.
a
Oh,
fan, so
let's talk
so
knitting. You like my socks? I remember last time somebody asked me how I finished them. Yes, these are my long socks made out
nice.
of Sweet Mountain Crafts sock wool. Yeah, they're my long socks that I did like months ago, and I just found them in my mobile office. And now I can wear them because I found them.
But they're
Let's talk
warm.
knitting, guys. What are you knitting?
Uh, I'm crocheting. I'm
Ooh, is
working
it
on a
what I
baby
think it
blanket.
is? Oh, never mind. I thought it was going to be something else.
No, it's still that baby blanket that I was working on
Oh,
last week.
okay.
It's corner to corner, just and then I finished the project, but it's in the other room. And then I started this storm shawl from Hohi Locatelli
Ooh.
in the Yarn Love colorway that I got from the sign up, where after she got
Oh,
attacked by
yeah.
Craft Snark. So it's a really simple pattern. Um, I don't know if I'm going to have enough yarn because I didn't gauge swatch. So I've got a mini that came with the yarn. So if I don't have enough, I'll throw the mini on at the end. So, so yeah, that's about it. Um, yeah, finished my other sweater, but it's in the other room. So I'll show it next time we podcast. But that's about it. I
Oh,
ordered a new
okay.
book. I got some new crochet hooks for Neil so I can
Ooh.
do
Oh,
the,
you did?
yeah, I got some more Tunisian ones so I can do the ugly cat's crochet shawl for Neil. And I ordered yarn for that. So I'm excited for that. See, I got a set
Oh,
of
so is that
Tunisian
the long
crochet
one
hooks.
with the cord?
Yes, I have the ones that are just the long wooden ones, but he says you need like 24 inches, and mine aren't that long. So on Amazon, I got the entire set for $40, when it was going to be like $12 for one. So I figured I might as well get the whole set, and it's Knitter's Pride, so I like them.
Yeah, I think I
So
have
I'll
that same
start that
set,
next
actually.
week.
They're nice.
Yeah, I have one from it before, but it was the
Oh,
wrong
okay.
size. Regular
Oh,
crochet hooks. So, yeah, so
yeah.
that's it. So I'm going to work on his crazy cat shawl when I get my yarn for that, and then work on this shawl. But I can't do that on the podcast because I can't pay attention to the pattern and talk at the same time. And we're
Yeah.
losing Joe Bob.
Yeah.
But I did finish 3 sweaters, but I haven't posted the third one. It's easy
Ooh.
when they're for smaller people. They knit faster, and Aaron
That's
heavy
it.
worsted Aaron weight knits really fast. So
Yeah,
hopefully Joe will be back.
I
So what are
know.
you working on?
Well, I'm still plowing away at the ugly cat shawl. I'm now on the third section, and it was kind of one of those things where when I sent a message to the group, I felt a little bit like an idiot because I'm like, okay, I'm probably just overcomplicating it in my head. And I thought, well, I'll just have a go at it. If it ends up not being the correct way, oh well. I'll probably make another one of these at some point with significantly less stitches, so it doesn't take like 1,000 years to actually make.
Mem-
But So here, let me find a
But see, remember I
semi-reasonable
told
way.
you I had a stop on mine because I was confused. It was the
Oh,
same
did you?
spot where you were. Yes, remember we talked about it, and it was the same spot that you were having the problem with Neil. So once he explained, you got him to explain it in a different way. It made sense to me.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad I could.
Oh,
I'm glad
So
I
I
could
need
help.
to, yeah. So I need to go back on that one, but I'm still gonna work on my do the crochet one because I want to do the Tunisian crochet. I haven't done that in a long time. So
I still feel
and
like I don't know how to
Tara's,
say that
I think
anymore.
Tara's is the big one too. Yours is the big one, right, Morgan?
section one.
Yeah,
The
mine's the
ugly cat.
gigantic. Yeah, so here
Yeah,
we go. So I'm
I
gonna
think
You
stand
guys are
up.
crazy.
Hold on.
Tara might have.
That is crazy. I
Oh,
mean,
here we go. So we're gonna
yeah.
start off like, and this isn't even the full thing. Here we go.
Oh, it's so
What?
pretty. I love it.
So
I love it with the all
Wow.
the colors.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Oh my gosh.
and this is only the start of section 3.
Oh, okay.
So this okay, so hold on, wait, I gotta I'm like holding
Tara's
on
doing
for
the
dear
smaller
life
size.
so I
She
don't
frogged hers. I had forgotten
oh
about that.
I couldn't bear to frog it. I think I would have cried if I frogged the whole thing. So, that just wasn't gonna happen. But so here
Oh
okay, so
wow.
here's wait, let me show it like from the bottom. Okay, so I'm so scared I'm gonna accidentally pull out the needle and then I'll really start crying.
I think there's 20 some sections, L. I don't remember exactly the number. I counted them at one
So
point.
this is the middle one,
That's
like, and I'm in section 3. So now I'm doing the
yeah.
contrast section of it now. So
Yeah.
hopefully I did it correctly. If not, oh well.
That's really pretty. What yarn are you using?
I'm just using scraps, just stuff from my
Scraps. Yeah.
stash, just trying to. I mean, I say that I'm trying to not buy yarn, but here I went and I bought more yarn today, you
Do
know.
show,
What?
show,
So
show.
so much for that. So I went to. I mean, it's
Why
not
did
really
you buy
local.
more
It's like,
Um,
yarn?
do I knit side to
well,
side? Um, it's yeah. Morgan, can you explain the ugly cat shawl to Moira? She want to know if it's side to side. You start with a I
eh,
cord.
Short
so you
rows.
start.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you
yeah. It's all short
start. Hold
rows.
on, let me turn this around. So you start with this white section here. It's an I cord. It's an I cord cast on. So actually, let me show it
Yeah,
from this end. So this little bit here, you cast on all the way, and then you do short rows back and forth. So it's just knitting. There's no purling or
yeah.
anything
There's
like
no
that.
purling at all.
You just knit to one end, do your I cord, and then knit back, do a short row, and you just keep going back and forth. For the most part, there's like increases, decreases depending on where you are with the section, but it's not anything complicated at all.
Yeah, yeah. He did
Um,
adjust the pattern. In the next issue of Blocked, it's going to
yes,
be out again, and it's 3 different sizes to choose from. Um, Morgan is knitting the large,
the OG
the
size.
OG size, yes. And then the crochet version will be in there as well. So,
I still feel like
yeah.
I don't know how to properly say it anymore. I was thinking about it, like again the other day when Neil brought it up in chat, and I sat there and I thought of all the ways that I kept saying to. Okay, so here we go. Tunisian. I'm trying to think of the other ways. Like I said it. I'm just like I sound like
Tunisian.
I'm having yeah Tunisian. Like I sound like I'm going through something. Okay, so
Uh,
I don't know.
Joe
Oh,
Bob's internet keeps
Joe,
going out.
no.
Darn Australia future.
Future time,
I
no.
know. But no, it's a
But
very
yeah,
fun, relaxing knit.
it
It really
is.
is. Now that I know how to do the middle section, because that's what threw me off.
I mean, I'm hoping I did it correctly, but again, if not, oh well. That's
Well,
life. It'll be all right.
I'm sure you did. It's a fun pattern. It's good for scraps too.
Very good for scraps. Yeah.
There she is again.
Sorry, my
inter-
internet. So I don't know why. I mean, it's Sunday morning. Everyone's in church except me, so I don't know why. I went shopping, Morgan. Speaking of
Ooh.
accusations,
Ooh.
I went shopping.
like
This is the
that.
original. They're two of the original colours. That
Mhm.
Tweety,
Yeah.
and that's got yellow and red, the chocolate brown. Remember that Lock Karen vest that I did and
Yes.
frogged?
Yep.
So
I haven't done it all.
show a picture of it without showing the pattern. By Uti Cater, or Outi Cater, I'd say Uti, because, you know, I'm trilingual like that. Uti Cater, that Lock Karen, nice baggy, sort of shapeless vest with all the beautiful colour work.
Mhm.
I actually finally got back to the local yarn store, and I decided to try to mute it down because the colours I chose were too bright and rich, and it was looking very green. So I got an oatmeal colour, and I got a beigey colour, which sort of hints towards a rusty red, and then the original colour, and then the yellow for the pop, the gold for the pop. So I bought the
Okay.
yarn, but it's still in the tub, and I haven't done anything with it yet. But I just want to let you know it's still on my mind. I'm
Yeah, my
wondering,
yarn's still
has
sitting
anyone ever
there.
seen Shauna's?
She
Has
hasn't
Shauna
shown it in a
finished
while.
hers, or did she?
I don't think so.
I
She just
wonder if
hasn't
she
worked on it in a
frogged
while.
hers.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. She
I
hasn't
wonder if
mentioned it in a
hers
while.
turned out to be the wrong size. So my needles. So it's there as a project, and I thought how ironic. I wanted it done for our winter, but it'll probably be. I'd have to probably be a monogamous knitter and do that during my spring or summer, I think, for next year. It
Yeah.
just squeezes in this tub. So it's
So
in the
what did you?
tub, and
Morgan's going to show off her accusations.
yeah, show me, Morgie. What did you buy that you
So,
shouldn't have?
so I got another bag. Like I need another bag. However, this is like
Yes.
it's very nice. So it's
Ooh.
got this really
Show it,
nice kind
girl.
of like weathery like fabric
Ooh,
on
I
the
like that.
outside. And then this
Yeah.
is, hold on, the inside. Oh, if I can show it
Oh.
properly, that would be nice.
Printed
So yeah, this,
fabric. Nice.
but it's a backpack. So it like the straps like loop in here, and then you can
Yep.
pull it, and it's a backpack. And I'm like, yes,
Oh,
this
nice.
is what I need. Well,
You are not going to
need,
believe this.
need.
Yep. Okay.
Then,
You need it. You need it.
mhm. Then
Mhm.
I also made a stop at Hobby Lobby today because a good friend of mine at work, she is having
Because.
a boy in
Aw.
October. And I think I showed the little spider, like crocheted spider
Oh,
lovey. I
Aragoroo.
think I showed that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I showed that on one of the things. Maybe I didn't, but I got the colors for it. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
make and then do something else with like the leftovers. And then I got this little ball of it's Cascade Fixation. It's the cotton and spandex yarn. And
I haven't seen that one before.
there's a pattern for these little like booties that you can make, and then they actually like also stay on the baby's feet as
Oh.
well. I'm also gonna make a
Yeah.
pair of the Welcome Baby socks from Anna Knitter too at some point. I told her, I'm like, your baby is gonna have all the handmade things because
Aw.
I'm like,
That's very
I
cool.
haven't made baby stuff in a while, and I'm like, but see, I tell myself, oh, I have plenty of time. Baby's not due till like end of October. I'll be all right. Before I know it,
Mhm.
like October is gonna be here. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, don't forget
trying to go quickly.
that thing for Neil too.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
now I've got two things.
Well, for
Yeah.
me, that's yeah. See, I have yarn for that. I just haven't bothered to start yet.
Me too. I haven't started either because, it's not
Ooh,
till
check it
I
October.
out.
can't. I
Ooh.
can't show you, but Neil, you don't have to get onto me. I've made something. I've still got ends to I've got ends to weave in, sew in, and then I've got to think about what I'm going to say about this pattern. So I'm not showing you what it is, but there it is. And I finished it, and it needs a little light steaming and
Ooh, I
sewing in
like
of
the colors.
ends. I love the
Oh,
colours. So we'll talk all about that in the next issue of Blocked magazine if I get my finger out of my butt and get a move on. So, Neil, I haven't forgotten you. And hi, Neil's mum, just in case. Hi, Neil's mum. And if she's not watching, Neil, sit her down with a cup of tea and a crumpet and tell her to watch us. And can I just show you something, Morgan, that's in the back of my mobile office in my storeroom? Because you and I should go shopping together, girlfriend.
Storeroom. Most people call it the trunk, the Joe Hub store.
Emily, this I got from my local yarn shop.
Okay.
Okay, I can't
Morgan.
wait to see this. What is it?
Okay.
I can't wait.
Well, I should zip it up so you can see. So, Morgan, handbag, 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 handbag.
Yes.
Morgan, backpack,
Backpack.
Morgan.
Yes, I need that.
I need to get a backpack now, clearly, because I'm missing out.
Backpack. But I thought it was a handbag because, of course, first I saw just the straps like this, and it's got zippered compartments in the middle and at the front and at the back. And I went, oh, it's leather. It's pure leather. And then I realised when I picked it up, I had a backpack as well as a handbag. So, yeah, you wear it as a handbag. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. And then, what do you call it? You call this a purse, don't you? It's a handbag for us because a purse is smaller and has your money in it. But I love it because it's got that one hook at the back, and it's it's a backpack. We would be dangerous going shopping together because we love the same stuff.
Yes, we would. Yes, we would.
Oh my goodness.
Super dangerous. That's nice.
Nice pattern for fixation.
Ooh, a baby. Ooh, Emily.
Yeah.
I may be interested in that pattern.
I think our friend Yo-Yo has a bib pattern too.
Oh, does she?
I think she does. I'm pretty sure it was hers. I'll have to ask her about it. If it wasn't hers, she adapted it and made it.
And then one more little thing.
What else? What else are we going shopping for?
So I stopped and got some more embroidery floss because I got this book from Joann's.
Did get it.
I did, and the first thing I'm making. Hold on, let me.
I bet you it's a spider.
You know me.
It's
so
a spider.
Well. Oh wait, let me go.
Of course, it's a spider.
It's a spider. It's a spider. No, thank you. Do not gift that to me for Christmas. I don't want it. Thank you very much.
No, we're not. You won't. We're not ending on Monday, Neil. We just wanted Joe Bob here. We missed her and Morgan.
Neil, how's Joe Bob?
You could pop in if you want, if you're not busy with real people.
And I haven't forgotten you. Rewind to 2 minutes ago and you'll see I've made you something. I haven't forgotten you. How could I ever forget you? My crusader against bullying in the world of knitting. I never forget you. What else did you buy, Morgan? I like how you say, oh, I didn't need any wool, but I stopped in at the shop, but. All the buts. And I'm like, you don't need a butt, girl. You don't need a butt. Just buy all the things.
Morgan, when you're done, I want to show you something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. What?
So this is gonna be for a shawl.
Colors.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This is a local dyer. She's in Wisconsin. And I have some other skeins of her yarn in stash as well, and then some Barocco Ariel to go with it. I forget but here's the thing: I wasn't paying attention to the pattern,
to the yardage,
and so I forgot. No, and so I forgot what the pattern was supposed to be for it. So I might have to give a call.
Hang on, what?
A call on Monday and be like, or just stopping again. Just
Yeah,
just do that.
like it's a terrible thing to stop back in a yarn store. The
Well,
other
and
day when
I,
and so well, the
I
lady
think
goes,
you need
"Oh,
another
can I help you
ball of that
find anything?"
Barocco. No, I think you
oh
need to go
no,
back again. You need more. Yeah, one
Right.
ball's not enough.
No, it's never
What if
enough.
you
Well, she
run
goes,
out?
"Can I help you find anything?" And I said, "No, I can always find something here. I don't need any help at all."
that's not the problem.
Right. You need to
The other day,
tackle me so I don't buy anything.
the other
Can
day
I
when
help
Kara
you?
was on, and I found that showed her that school pattern thing. I had
Hmm.
Yeah.
forgotten to show you this. They have Sixel Designs has a mosaic spider crochet.
Ugh, that's
Oh,
horrible.
that's
That's horrible.
cool. Oh, you can make
So
I can imagine making like a sweater or like a t-shirt showing your face. You're like, no.
Tea
yeah,
towel edging for your kitchen.
I sent you
No,
the link to the
no.
pattern, but I wanted to show it to you. It's
Yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
but yeah,
Oh,
no, I have some yarn coming, but it's not here because I ordered it from overseas, and
oh, I made those
it's
too.
very
You know,
exciting.
I finished those. I finished my Rose City Rollers, forever known as Bay City Rollers, but I've got this much left. And I can't show you because my son has just driven 5.5 hours up to visit his sister yesterday. What a good boy, up at university. So he took all the gifts that I made for her, including the
Aw,
Bay City
the
Roller
chickens
socks. So
and the
what am I
chickens.
going to do with half a ball of opal? Half a ball. Like it
Ooh. Add in another skein and make a muscle burl.
oh, no.
She's gonna
Oh,
think,
you
wait.
know what? I might just start at the crown and see how far I get. If I get to half a hat, I might put a plain color on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
If I make it. If I don't make it to half a hat for slouchy, I can just put a brim on it and make it a beanie.
There you
Yeah,
go.
thank you, Liz. That's what I'm going to do.
I forgot.
Speaking of, can you tell
I
me
did get one accusation. I did get
Ooh,
this from
you did?
Hank. Yes, I got this from Hank's yarn. It's a sport weight. It's good. I'm gonna make the pressed flowers cardigan,
ooh.
and so the flowers are gonna be this color, and then the main color is gonna be a deep navy. So
That's
the
pretty.
flowers will be
Is
mostly
that
gray with
red
little
with
pops of
pink?
colors. Hmm? It's
Does that
pink
pink
and
go
green,
into a red?
almost
Oh,
an
is it all?
orangey
Is that a
red.
hot
Yeah,
pink?
it's a hot
Ah,
pink
like a
into an
tomato
orangey
red.
red
Okay.
and green, and then it's got
Wow.
yellow. So I figure the flowers will be all different colors in the cardigan without having to do a gradient
So you're
because a
going to
lot
do
of those have grade.
the pressed
Hmm.
flowers. Is
Yeah.
haven't knitters grumbled that that takes forever to make that pattern because
Well,
of the mosaic?
it might, but there's a shawl, there's a cowl, there's a cardigan, there's a pullover. So I'm in no
Oh,
rush. So I'll work on it, um,
yeah.
when I can. But I've seen so many on Instagram that are so pretty that it's just like, oh, I really want to make it. See, a lot
Okay.
of people
So
do
Morgan,
the
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a lot of people
Morgan,
have
what
the
are you
yarn, the
putting in
color
your new
changing yarn.
backpack project bag?
What? Oh, see, I was thinking of
What
putting
what
this
project's
in
going
here.
in your new bag?
Well, I think this one because I've been taking it to work, and I've been like anytime that it's been dead at night or if I'm on break, that's pretty much all I do.
Hmm.
Because it's not because there's some nights in urgent care where there is just not a soul in sight, and sometimes it's really nice. Because boy, oh boy, the stories just they never, like you think you've heard it all, and then someone comes in or
No.
someone rings, the phone, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, could you say that again, but just a little slower? Like, you what? Like,
Oh
it's
my
just
goodness.
it's wild to me. Like, it's so like the things people say, and then they ask me for advice, which of course I have to say right away. I'm not medical staff. I can't advise you, but I want to be like, if you're calling, shouldn't that be like an indication perhaps of what you maybe should do. Like I want to like say it because I'm like, if you're calling me and you say you're concerned, perhaps, like, oh, should I come into urgent care? Well, if you're having to ask that question, perhaps you should.
I could see wanting to know if it's something you should go to urgent care or the emergency room for.
They're
Like
saying
if
they're
you
having
have
heart
something that you're not
Yeah.
sure,
palpitations.
well then
They're
you go to
saying
the
they're having
emergency
heart
room.
Yeah.
palpitations, and I'm like, no, I want to be like, no, don't come here. Go to
No,
the
that I would instinctually know to go to the hospital, but
Well, a lot of people don't. A lot of people do not know, and it's like, I wish we could put like a PSA like out somewhere. But it's funny because like we're like right across the street from a liquor store, and the kind of like the running
Oh,
joke,
that
at
helps.
well, we're just like, liquor cures everything. Just instead of coming over here, just stop at the liquor store. It'll be all right. It just, yeah, people, and it's like there's times where people feel the need to overshare with me at times, and I think, the
Oh,
nurse would
that
love
sounds
to
like
hear
me.
that. The
that's when
nurse would
Morgan wants
love
to
to
go to
hear
the
about
liquor
that.
store.
Right. I want to make a stop after work because, I'm like, the nurse would love to hear all of that. And then of course, the nurse comes up and she's like, "Are you for real right now?" I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, is it a full
So
moon, or that
it's
whole
always a
thing?
Full
full
moon.
moon.
Right.
Swear. So Joe Bob, what have you been making besides your secret project and chickens?
I finished. Excuse me. I did finish my secret project, but I have to weave in ends and give it a steam. I'm very, very happy with my secret project. What I have to confess to is I have not. Oh, here it is. I still have not finished my muscle burrow. This one. I'm almost to doing the last bit, the crown, and that has sat in my mobile office. So I feel really bad. I found that last night and thought, holy dooly, just a couple more rows to go and I can do the crown. I just dropped a stitch marker. So I'm really annoyed with myself that I haven't finished my 2-coloured musselburgh yet. You look, that's really probably all I've got to go, and then I'm on to the crown. Yep, that's all I've got to go, really. So I feel really bad that I haven't done that. I do have, I did wonder what I was going to do with the rest of that opal. You said probably a hat is best. And then I've been hanging on to this because
someone in the chat said baby socks and hat.
Oh, I was wondering, should I just make some toddler socks, some little socks, and gift them to somebody? I was thinking about that because they made great socks, bed socks. And then I thought, well, I could try and make another pair of bed socks, but I don't know how much yarn I used. I'd have to grab the digital scales. I was very happy with the socks I made. So that's the first time making those, what do you call them again? Rose City
Rollers.
City rollers?
Yeah, Rose City rollers.
Yep. Rose City rollers. I call them Bay City rollers. Apparently that's a scandal. That guy who looked after that band, or one of the lead guys. The sun's gone away, by the way. I'm wondering what to do with this because I can't help but pick up little bargains for 50 cents, 35 grams, 50 cents. And it's very super fluffy. Look at all that. So I can't make mittens and I can't put something near my feet or face with that. It's just coming off all over my black sweater. Should I just make a little beanie and maybe line it with a plain wool and have a furry, sparkly beanie? It's only 35 grams.
You can make
so
meals.
Again, if I start at the crown and work my way down, the brim could be a different color if I need it. Or if it just makes a short cap, then I could line it with something that's smooth and not going to be in my eyeballs. Because look how it's just like, ugh, stuff coming off everywhere. But I couldn't resist it because it was purple and sparkly. And I'm frozen. Sorry.
You're
No,
still
you're
good.
not.
Oh,
You're good.
no. Hello?
Oh no,
Anybody
can you not
home?
hear us again?
Can you not hear us? Because we can hear you.
Oh gosh. No, I remember the
Uh-oh.
last time this happened and Joe Bob was like,
But it
oh,
was,
she's
Oh,
conspiring.
bugger.
It was
it was
me
only
and
the people
Amy.
before.
I
It was only
froze.
people before, below her. The Brady Bunch
You both
incident. Yeah.
froze, but I'm used to talking to myself, so that's okay. So I
So
do have some little cast-ons. I think I might just go with hats. I do love a hat,
yeah.
and I felt funny not having a knitting hat on today, but I wore my wool kig. What other? And this also, I want to make something out of this because this is the hand spun that Mum brought me back from Scotland. One of these this might be one of the hand spuns that
Ooh,
Mum
that's
brought me back
pretty.
from Scotland.
That's
That's
pretty.
Yeah, it's
nice.
got a grey, a blue grey with a purple. So I think it would be cool with jeans to have
Mm-hmm.
something made out of this. And I'm still procrastinating and have not made my Pioneer mittens, although I made some for my daughter. I have that yarn that I pulled apart a small scarf that is it Three Irish Girls?
Yeah, I think that's what you
Yeah,
said.
Three Irish Girls yarn. So that is in a project bag somewhere. I don't know. I pulled the scarf apart and I reballed the wool, and it's sitting with a pattern for the Pioneer got mittens, and I don't know where it is.
Uh-oh.
I do want to start that. So yes, I'm finishing my Musselburgh hat. I'm going to do a little opal cap. I'm going to do a furry hat for myself. I really don't have anything on the needles, and I have to start thinking about my next secret project for Blocked Magazine. I do have a question though, and I need some help. Where am I going to get these from? I need some more. All
Amazon.
I have is 4
Amazon.
of these.
I get them from Amazon.
Amazon.
You
So
can buy,
I'll go
yeah,
and
you can
have a
buy a
look
bunch of
because I
them
only
for.
have 4, and
I have those kind, and I have the kind that are the silicone, all the different shape ones. You can get them off of Amazon. Just look up either knit protectors or silicone beads, and you buy a
beads.
box. They're like the round heart shaped ones or whatever shaped ones, and they fit just like those do. But you can buy them like a box of 20 of them on Amazon for like $5 or whatever.
Oh, I've had these for about 20 years. Knit stoppers, I call them.
Yeah, you
Needle
can get those.
stoppers.
You can get those, but you can get the ones that are
Okay.
designs too.
I had a pair of them somewhere. I
Okay.
don't know where they went.
I do. Mine are
But
in the other room, I think.
Well,
I got heart
I
shaped
want them
ones.
for every project bag.
I have.
I want them for every
Which ones?
project bag. So I need about 20 of them to throw into project bags. I cannot believe I only have 4 left after 20 odd years of buying a heap of them. So I lose these more than I lose stitch markers. But to be fair, I do have hundreds of stitch markers. Hundreds.
Yeah, yeah. The last ones
Okay.
I got
Thanks
were
for that.
these were the last ones I got. They were heart shaped ones
ooh,
Why do you call them beads?
because
Beads have
that's what they
holes
are.
all the way through, right?
They do, but you'd only but they're they're small holes, so you don't have to put them all the way through the hole. But they work as stitch protectors, and I got 40 of them for $8.
it's pretty good.
Okay.
And then
That's what I need then.
they
So
have
that's my
flower
next
shaped
purchase.
ones.
I'll go online.
They have flower shaped ones. That's just on
Oh
Amazon, but
yeah, that's what I need. Just little ones.
you can go on yeah, just look up silicone beads is what, or you can just buy the
Okay.
actual stitch protectors, but I like the funky design ones.
Yeah, they're cute. Okay,
I think
thank you, because that's what I need. I've only got
Amy
4 left.
yeah, Amy knows. I had sent Amy links on where to buy them in bulk, so she would know.
Okay, that's what
Um,
I need.
you can also get
Oh,
them
here's the other two.
from
Yeah,
you can also get them from the
so
People's
old.
Republic, like off
This
of
is so old. They're
AliExpress or
discarded.
Temu.
I think these probably came as a freebie in a knitting magazine or something, bigger ones and smaller ones. It's all I've got left. And I only need them because Millie's cat is very clever and knows how to get stitches off needles and pulls them off needles. So
Oh, that's not good.
I need more. It's that or kill the cat. So I think I'd be safer if I buy some needle stoppers, stitch stoppers. I really don't have anything else I'm knitting. I feel bad that I bought the yarn for the Lock Karen vest and haven't begun it, but I'm really feeling like that's a monogamous project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea for next Block Magazine pattern review that I'd like to do. It's really good because, you know, when Neil mentioned it to me, I thought this is going to motivate me to knit patterns that I have purchased even years ago and never even looked at them after I purchased them. So it's making me go through my pattern library and my pattern books. I have printed out patterns over the years, and then they all go in the bookcase, and I'm in piles of printed like this. I'm pulling out chunks of papers and laminated papers and the sleeve protected printed out patterns. So I'm having a really good time finding patterns that I've got, ooh, and oh, I've got to make that, and procrastinated about and never made. So it's been a really good experience to have him there in the background, like the Wizard of
Egging you
Oz,
on.
pushing all the buttons, pulling all the levers, and watching us get the whip cracking. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for your
What
red
else is
sparkly
happening?
shoes, Joe.
Oh, oh, Judy Garland. Oh, I do love Wizard of Oz. I do sing all the songs. I do. I'm talking the original movie, by the way.
Of
Yes.
course. They're making a
Yes.
remake, though.
I
No.
don't care. I'm not interested.
I'm not
I'm not
interested
interested.
either. It made me sad. Um, I did see one of the police cam videos that cracked me up because
Oh,
he
Lord.
pulls over this car that's driving erratically, and he gets up to
Oh,
him
I
and he's like,
love
"Oh,"
these.
he's like, "Do you have a
Yep.
license?" No. Okay. So you don't have a license with you? No, I don't have one. Okay. Um, well, how old are you? 14. He had a
14.
passenger. Okay, the passenger is 18, his cousin, and he's driving because she heard that you shouldn't drive when you're pregnant, and she's 7 days pregnant, so she's not supposed to drive. So instead, she's letting the unlicensed 14-year-old drive
This
in a
is like the
car
kind of
that's
stuff
not
I hear at
registered.
work.
So the car's not registered, so it has to be towed. It's her boyfriend's car, and he's 14. And the cop's
Ridiculous.
like, "What? Well, why can't you drive?" She goes, "Well, you're not supposed to drive when you're pregnant." He's like, "I've known a lot of pregnant women, and unless there was a medical reason, I have never heard that. Unless you're, right about to deliver." She was 7 days pregnant. She just found out 7 days, and she couldn't
7
drive because that's what
days.
she heard on the internet. So it's like, dear Lord, the
Excuse me.
stupidity. It makes you want to hug your kids and,
Because
you know, thank you for not being dumb.
you,
You know?
you have influenced my YouTube watching tremendously. I've been watching like the Border Patrol and the
Oh, I
customs
love
things
those.
at the
Oh,
airport.
yeah.
And I've been watching, I know you
Joe,
do. I know. And I've been watching the police body cam reels when they turn up. And the last one I watched, the last one that I laughed my ass off was a zoom from the courthouse with the judge. And they zoom through to the person who's supposed to be appearing in court for driving with a suspended license. And the gentleman they're saying, "Are you
oh,
there?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah." And he's driving his
did
car.
you, okay. Did you
And
hear
he's
what
saying, "Oh,
happened when that one?
I'm just pulling into the I'm just pulling into the medical center. I'm just parking now. Okay, yep, no, I'm ready now. I've just parked my car. I'm going for a medical appointment." And the judge is like, "Are you appearing today for driving with a suspended license? And you're driving your car, and I don't believe this," and that's it. And he just went, "That's it, you're done.
Okay.
You have to appear this afternoon at the local
But
jail to go to jail."
But did you hear the controversy? So that happened, and then the guy went on the news, and she's gone again. Um, Emily, it's Fridays with Frank. He's a sheriff's deputy in Arizona, I think, or New Mexico, one or the other. He does videos, and it was one of his Friday videos with the idiots pulled over.
My mom's been watching Cops, a lot more
Oh,
now, and she's been just obsessed with watching Cops and like like live PD. When that was on, just all these
Sorry,
shows that
Liz.
oh
people
yeah.
just.
Okay.
Sorry, Liz, I dropped
Okay.
out.
So here's the thing. The guy went on the
Yep.
news a couple days later claiming that he did have his license and it was a clerical error, that it never got reinstated. And the news station showed a thing saying he had been rescinded and it had been canceled, right? But here's the thing.
Right.
So he goes to court and the judge is pissed because it turns out that was a lie. What happened was, if you're suspended in um, Michigan, it means you've lost your privilege to drive in Michigan,
Right.
whether or not you've ever had a license. The guy's never had a license in any state, including Michigan.
Oh,
So the
okay.
rescinded just meant that he had paid a fee to get that rescinded, but then he never paid the fee to get a license. So
Right.
it was true, he was not supposed to be driving when he went to court, and he ended up in
Yep.
jail because he wasn't going to go to jail for
Did he?
that, but the judge was really pissed. But he had a warrant from another town where he'd gotten pulled over without a license. So he ended up having to go to that jail in that town. So yeah, he had lied and gone to the news and claimed it was all a clerical error, and he blamed the Secretary of State's office and he blamed all these people for not doing their job. And then when he was in court, he claimed to the judge he couldn't have gotten to the Secretary of State office to get it licensed. And the judge called him out. He said, "I know that's a lie." He said, because, and he pulled up the date when the guy was there. And he said, "You were there this day
Mm-hmm.
getting a state ID card, and you can't have an ID card if you have a license. And you've renewed your
If you have
state
a
ID
license,
card
that's
every
right.
year. So that means you've never,
Yep.
ever had a license."
Had a
And called the guy out.
license. Yep.
And
Photo
it was
ID. Yep.
Judge Simpson. He cracks me up. He's so funny. And his bailiff is hot, Mr. Allen.
Oh.
And
Oh, okay.
if you watch Judge Simpson, because you know that somebody's getting arrested, because
Yep.
all he'll say is Mr. Allen, and his big bailiff will go stand behind him, and you know that means they're going to jail.
They're going to jail? Wow.
Yeah,
So
and you
you've
get to
got
see
me
Mr.
hooked
Allen.
on all these body cam reels now. I've been watching
I
body
like the
cam
court
stuff.
ones, but I like the shoplifting ones too, because these idiots who shoplift from Walmart, even though there's 1,000 cameras,
Oh,
and then
it's
they're
shocking.
shocked when they're going to jail. What do you mean I'm going to jail? Well, because
Yeah.
you
Can I call
shoplifted.
my mom?
Well, yeah. Oh, they all want to call their mom, no matter how old they
They
Yeah.
are.
want to call mum. Can I call my
Yeah,
mum? I showed Millie that one. I said, look at this idiot driving to his medical appointment while appearing on a Zoom to go to court for having a suspended driving license. I said, would you not get there 5 minutes early or 10 minutes early, park the car, get out, stand by a tree or a wall, and then do your Zoom? Why would you log in when you're driving doing something that you've just copped an offence or a fine for and you're
because
appearing in court for?
Zoom Court has been made it so easy for people to be lazy, and some of
Yep.
the judges are really strict, and they crack me up.
Yeah.
And then some of
Oh,
the judges
good.
are, some of the judges are, weak, and they let bad guys get away with stuff. But Judge
Yeah.
Simpson, he's usually pretty strict, but he has a sense of humor. So he'll joke around with the prosecutor and the defense attorneys. Like, some defense attorney will
Oh.
come in and will be like, "Oh, it's you." He's like, "I'm already having a bad day, so let's not go there."
Oh,
Or
how funny.
if the attorneys are letting their interns, just introduce a case, and he'll be like, "And where did
How
you go to
funny.
school?" And if it's the rivalry to his school, he's like, "Well, I don't like that
Yep.
school." And these poor interns are thinking, "Oh my God,
Look,
he's gonna be
scared
mad."
to death.
And he's
Like,
just and meanwhile their mentors just laughing in the back because they know how he is.
Oh,
But he's
that's
gone off
cool
a few
working with
times.
someone like that who has a sense of
But
humour under such
yeah,
mundane and monotonous work. That's really cool.
but he'll call him out when they disrespect the court. But this one
Yeah, good.
video, one police cam, he arrested some person who was going 90 and like a 45. And he's like,
Yep.
"Well, why are you arresting me?" He goes, "Well, because you're criminally speeding." "Well, it's only
Mm-hmm.
criminally if it's over 100. He says, "No, it's criminal if it's more than 20 miles above the limit." And he goes, "And we can arrest you if you're
Wow.
going 5 miles over the limit if we want. We normally don't
Yeah,
choose to."
that's what I was thinking.
But, you
Yeah.
know, it's like, so
Wow.
the guy's like, "Well, you can't arrest me for that." He's like, "You want to make a bet?" And then they'll tell them they won't get out of their cars. I don't understand. They'll be like, "Give me your ID," and half of them don't have ID, or they won't turn it over, or they won't get off their phones. And the police officer will be like, "Look,
Oh,
I'm going to give you one
sovereign
chance."
citizens.
Oh, those are the worst. He's They'll be like, "Either you get out of the car, or I'm going to put my hands on you and get you out of the car, and you won't like it."
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
fight, and then and they fight and they'll yell, Stop resisting. And they'll say, I'm not resisting. Well, what do you think fighting, getting handcuffed is? That's resisting. You know,
I've,
Or
I've
that's,
been
or like the ones
some
where
do.
they're like, it's like the canine, people, and it's like
oh,
and
I
it's like they're
love the
running,
fur bullets.
and they're like, and they're just like, but if you don't stop, I'm gonna send a dog. You're gonna get bit.
Bit.
And
I love the
and,
fur
and
missiles.
some of them are like smart enough to stop, but then you've got those few, and then
Stop.
they're like hollering and screaming about being bit by the dog. Like, get the dog out of me. I'm like, no, you had your chance.
Obey.
He warned you.
The
All
best are how the
bandaged up.
dogs are
And they're
afterwards
like, good boy.
when they
Yeah.
get the I know, or if it's the canine unit whose camera you're watching when they're
Yeah.
going to the
Yeah.
and you can hear the dog getting
The
all
dog's
excited and
barking.
barking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them when they send the canine unit and he's like, either you better come in or you're gonna get
Yep.
bit, and they're like, trying to act cool and all, and like then that dog goes and like,
And then they
done,
quick are
you're
like,
gonna
okay,
get
okay,
bit.
okay. It's like, oh
Yeah,
no, too late, too late.
I know.
The dog's
Stubborn
out of there.
citizens are awful too. They're ridiculous. Um,
I'm just so glad my parents brought me up to respect and to appreciate police officers, any first responders. I have a lot of respect for, and I appreciate the hard work they do. It's a difficult situation to be in every single day of your life, and it must be mentally just awful what they have to
I've seen
deal
a
with.
couple where they've hit the police cars because evidently the flashing lights attract drunk people because your brain will automatically steer towards the flashing lights when you don't have all your faculties. So a couple times I've seen them where they're
Wow.
on the side of the road, with somebody
Wow.
pulled over and they'll get hit because some drunk driver hit this one car the other day and she's like, I'm sorry, but I didn't do anything wrong. No, ma'am, you nearly killed two cops and hit their car and you're wasted. Yeah, you did do something wrong. And it's like it cracks me because so many of them think they know the law and they don't. And they'll tell them
Mm-hmm.
you can't arrest me, or they'll say no, I'm not arrested. Like, I don't think it's a choice at this point. Once they have the handcuffs on
No,
you, you're pretty much
it's called
done.
a taser and handcuffs. I couldn't do it. I could not do that job.
Well, this one guy got fired and refused to leave. So they called the police. And he says, I'm not leaving till they give me a
Mm-hmm.
reason of why I'm fired. And they said, well, in Florida, they don't have to give you a reason, but I'm clearly thinking the guy's got anger issues and that might be why they fired him. And he wouldn't leave. And the
Yeah.
police is like, either you leave on your own or you leave in with me, and that'll be in handcuffs. And the guy said no, and he lunged toward the police officer. The police officer tased him. And one of the probes missed him, so he's charging at the police officer. He went back, tased him again, and knocked him to the ground. And the guy ended up cutting his head. They had the paramedics and everything. And finally, the guy realized how stupid he was. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I don't want to go to jail. And the cop's like, all you had
Too
to do
late.
was leave the building. That's
Too
all you
late.
had to do. Like,
It's like, oh, you're
Crazy.
you're going to jail now. It's like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he
too
goes, why
late.
they have to tell me why
How
they fired me. He's like,
humiliating.
no, they don't. They don't have to tell you why they fired you. It's a right to work state. He's like, since when? He goes, since forever, like the 40s.
I'm sure you've seen Baby Reindeer, right? Did you watch the doco?
I've seen parts of it. I know she's
Oh,
suing
well,
Netflix now.
the follow up on the Piers Morgan show has been the actual Scottish lawyer who had issues with
Yeah, I
her
saw.
first.
I did watch that.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
see
watched
that
Piers.
recently? The blonde
Yeah,
haired
did you?
lady who was
Mm-hmm.
married to a parliamentarian. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I watched that and I thought, oh my goodness, that poor woman copped her first. And for years and years and
and she
years
wasn't the only one.
living
There
in
were
fear.
others.
How incredible is that delusion? I know somebody in the knitting world who's a bit similar to that, don't you?
Just
Yeah, there's.
one.
Bit delusional.
Just one
Yeah,
though.
Yeah, I'm
well,
thinking
there's.
baked potatoes, roast dinner,
Oh
crispy
well,
fried noodles.
I mean that's.
Yes, we don't need to give that one
But
any
that's how
attention.
delusional some people are. And
I
she's carried
mean,
on this thing for her, what seems like her entire adult life, all this
Yeah,
delusion and
yeah, and did you see her?
nastiness.
She only worked there for 2 weeks before they fired her. So
Yeah.
she was stalking this woman after 2 weeks. She called CPS or their equivalent, saying that they
Hmm.
were abusing their child and all sorts of insane
Severely
stuff.
disabled child. Yeah.
Like,
What a pattern after 2 weeks. And what did she say in her initial interview? Oh, they headhunted me because I'm great at employment law or employment contracts. So I was like, oh my goodness, to find out they put her on a hotline phone number to answer a phone call for anyone who had accidents to get their details to pass on to the actual lawyers. I thought
yeah,
that was hilarious. On to the
I'm
solicitors,
waiting. I'm waiting for her to
that
stalk
was,
Piers Morgan.
oh, I'm sure she has been. I'm sure she's been harassing. I'm sure.
You
How
know,
incredible! But to have that come out as
well,
a movie or like
Netflix,
a
Netflix,
true story movie.
Netflix should have been better about saying it was based on a true story, because since they didn't
Yeah,
put so much enough disclaimers, she's suing, claiming that
yeah,
they didn't do enough to hide her identity. But she's the one who came out. I mean, no one said her name. She went
yeah.
on Piers Morgan and said, "Hey, this is
She
me,"
had no choice. Well,
because she
as
thinks,
you heard the lawyer say, they realised who she was first. The
yeah,
actual the law firm
yeah,
lady, they
yeah,
realised who she was first before they realised who the stalker was. So
yeah,
for everybody involved, it's just been just triggering and traumatic. And I've had a
yeah,
stalker and it was horrible and it lasted for about 12 months till I went to the police. Really, you get up in the morning and the person's across the road watching you and it's 5 in the morning and dark and that person's sitting on a hill so they can get a good view of you coming and going. It's pretty
scary,
awful. Mm. Mm.
very
So
scary.
yeah, pretty horrific when it involves your family like that, her husband and her disabled child. And then the law
Yeah,
firm and all the other staff being harassed. Nobody needs that drama.
problem is a lot of times they can't do anything till the person actually does something. I mean, you can get a restraining order,
Yeah.
but someone who does that
It's a
kind of thing,
piece of
they're not going to
paper.
follow a restraining order,
It's a
you
No,
know?
piece of
the
paper.
no contact bizzo, emails, texting, tweeting, standing there, watching you down 200 meters down the road. Yeah, it's
I
pretty horrendous.
remember when I used to work for the local clerk of court, the county, clerk of
Mm,
courts. We'd have people, come in and would file for restraining orders, and some of them,
sad.
it's like there was like a time where it was like two business partners that were like irritated with each other, and so they filed restraining orders against each other, and then
Yeah,
filed separate restraining orders to like have them each banned from being on the premise. Like, it was just so dumb. But then there were
it's
others
horrible,
where it
isn't it?
was,
Nasty.
well, and then there were others where there were women and other people who would come in and were genuinely afraid. And there were,
Yeah,
times where we would have to, then kind of refer them in some ways to the local, uh, they're kind of like a, outreach shelter, stuff like that. But they
oh,
handle, like, domestic
so you can live
abuse,
without fear.
all sorts of,
Yeah,
yeah. And, they had people there who were, specifically trained to, walk these people through, the whole restraining order process, how to fill out the paperwork. We couldn't, at the clerk of courts, we couldn't tell people how to fill things out
no,
because
Well,
that was
yeah, you can't
considered
give
giving
legal
legal
advice. Legal
advice, right?
advice, yeah.
yeah,
And I gotta tell you, the
yeah,
amount of people who would come in there and ask me how to do stuff, and I would say, you really don't want me helping you. And they'd be like, well,
no,
why not? I'd say, okay, say, it'd be like people for like small claims. I'd say,
mm-hmm,
okay, you have me help you fill out this form, you pay
mm-hmm,
the filing fee, and then you
mm,
go to court and then find out that you did it incorrectly because
yeah,
because you took what I said. Well, guess what? You have to pay that filing fee all over again and fill it
yeah,
out all over again. And then they were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." And I'm like, "Yeah." So, but it just was always sad to me that it's like we'd have these people come in and they'd be afraid, and I just would always think in the back of my mind, I'm like, "It's a piece of paper." Like,
that's a
it was
hard
always one of
thing,
those things.
feeling
Yeah.
afraid. What I feel sorry. Oh, sorry.
No, no, that was it.
Yeah, it's scary.
I feel very, very empathetic for people who are so afraid that they know if they try to take any action to protect themselves, that the person that they're afraid of is going to become even more enraged and even more horrific. So it's easier to try to ignore it or run away or stay away or go quiet and not do anything about it except try to escape the situation. You know, they're the people
Yeah,
that I feel total empathy for, because they know that the person they're trying to get away from is going to be completely irrational and enraged, and it's life and death sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
it is. It's scary. And when I saw,
Mm,
the judge was like, um, the person was in had violated their parole, and so they were in
mm,
jail until they could get money to pay
mm.
bail, and they had kept
Yeah.
calling the victim, like over, and they
Oh,
were, that was part of their
shit.
part of it was they're not allowed to contact the victim, and they contacted them like 30
Yeah,
times within. And okay, and so they
that's
tell them, okay, you can have no contact with the victim, right? So
yeah.
the guy's sitting in the court, and he goes out, and the prosecuting attorney realized that the woman sitting next to him was the victim. She had come to court to be with him,
Oh,
even though she had a restraining order against him, but she was afraid of him, and he said, come, so she came. And the judge's like, nope, take him
fearful.
back, put him in jail. He's like, no, you can't hang out with your victim when there's no contact. No contact means you do not have contact. It's
That's
crazy.
scary.
It is.
Crazy, crazy.
But
It was the only times that
Crazy,
we'd stay late was if someone came in and wanted to file a restraining order, then we would stay late, have them fill out all the paperwork, send it over to the judge or commissioner, wait for their kind of determination whether or not there would be a filing fee or not, and the whole thing from there. And it was always one of those things too where it was like, because there's different types, like the only thing we could say was, well, depending on which one you fill out, there may be a filing
mm-hmm.
fee if the judge or commissioner
Mm-hmm.
determines, you know,
yeah,
Yes.
how severe or the situation is. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it was always one of those things where like I felt very sorry for those people. And it's like and it's like and
Yeah.
it's like and it's like you and it almost kind of made me glad sometimes when they did decide to go to the outreach center, because I thought, here it's like there's only so much
You can
help,
do.
or that it's like at least there I thought, okay, hopefully they'll receive more compassion, help. I mean, not that I wasn't compassionate, but just I mean
no,
I mean it
but
could
there's
only
only
go
so
so
much you can
No.
do.
far.
Right.
Right.
There's only so
There are
much you can
people
do.
who
So
are
it's like,
trained as advocates. You know,
right,
people who are trained
right,
as advocates who can really give
right.
that strong support and more professional support,
Hmm.
and give them the links and the resources and the people to speak to, and show someone a
Absolutely.
pathway to a better
Right,
outcome. I think they're
right.
amazing too. I mean, they put themselves at
Yeah.
risk every day as advocates as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
read some town is going to start sending out social workers on 911 calls instead of police, and that's not going to end well.
No,
Whoa, no,
I don't think it's a good idea at all.
No, not for,
no.
and it's domestic violence situations that they're going to send them out on. Like,
No.
yeah.
I'm sure there are plenty of police who have experience in social work, you know, legal studies, social work. I'm sure they could cross train police, and, you know, hey, that's a nice pay rise for somebody, or a specialty for somebody to deal with welfare cases and domestic violence and social issues. But that's a tough one, because police already have a heck of a lot on their plate with theft. I keep seeing reels about businesses in New York City and other major cities closing down because of theft and looting,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to
Yep.
deal with all that rubbish, homicides, rapes, all the other illegal activities that go on.
Well,
So I guess they
not
don't want to be
only,
social workers as well.
well, they just don't have enough people. They don't have enough staff to actually devote to that. I
Yeah.
mean, because there's so many calls and so much they can
Yeah.
and cannot do, and it's
Yeah.
sad.
I mean, they're naturally trained to
It's-
de-escalate anyways,
Right.
but it's like one of those things where it's like, well, you know, in some cases there's only so much de-escalation you can do before it's like, all right,
Yeah.
somebody's gotta,
Mhm.
but
And there seems to be so much more senseless crime out there, not the random theft and random attacks on the street than
Oh
there used to
no.
be. I mean, just
What about
going up to total
home
strangers
invasions?
and beating them on the head and then walking away like with no rhyme or reason. And it's hard
Home
to catch people like
invasions.
that. Home invasions are horrific.
Home invasions. I mean, I thought that I'm pretty sure, over the last 20 years, home invasions have become a thing that's out loud and proud. There are, to break into someone's house and steal from their house used to be a humiliating and degrading thing to get caught for. But now these guys are going around in gangs
Yep.
and just, they don't care that you're home. They're breaking your door in. They want your money and they want the keys to your car out in your driveway to drive off with. They're
Yeah.
trashing
Well,
people's homes and just traumatizing families. There's no shame in the game anymore. It's out and out. We're breaking your door down and you need to come and give us all your money, open your safe and give us your car keys. No shame.
yeah. It happened to my husband's friend's
Scary.
parents about 20 years ago. They
Mm-hmm.
had someone broke into their house in the morning, and
Yeah.
they wanted them to go to the bank and take money out of their banks.
Yeah.
And
They're making them get in vehicles and go to the bank.
what saved
They
him
don't
is
care.
they had
Wow.
let their dog out and not brought the dog
Oh,
in, and the dog barking outside let the neighbor know something was wrong because they never
oh,
left their
good.
dog. They always brought the dog in when the dog was barking,
Yep.
and the dog had been out
Yep.
there barking and barking, and the neighbor realized something was wrong and
Yep.
tried to call them and got no answer and called the
thank
police.
God for good
And
neighbors too. I mean,
luckily,
Yeah.
their son wasn't home, but he had guns in his room, and if they had gotten the guns, it could have turned into something really bad
Awful.
because they did it with
Yeah.
knives, but his parents were elderly at the time, so it was just very scary.
That's,
They were very lucky
how do you get over that?
that, yeah, they were very, very lucky that they didn't get hurt. But
Hmm.
I see Gavin Newsom is defunding the police now that crime's up in California because that's what you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
well,
I
already they've
haven't
lost.
kept up with much of your news lately, except that the weather. Like, I know where Tara is. There were tornadoes chomping through, like real close to where she is. You guys have had a really
Hmm.
bad tornado season.
Yeah, a lot of them it seems.
I've been
Um,
watching storm chasers and tornado chasers, and now you've got this horrific heat going through.
yeah.
What?
Well,
How's
we're
Amy
always
going down in swamp ass land?
uh,
Is she sweating her buttocks off down there?
probably. I know she's been in her um, foot pool, her legs and feet pool.
Oh,
She has.
is that
What does
her
she call
mini
it?
redneck Riviera?
Riviera. Yeah, her
The mini
mini
one.
redneck Riviera.
Everything's miniature these days. It's so popular to have a miniature animal, miniature house, so miniature redneck Riviera. I could buy that.
this
So
summer I
she's just been dipping her toes in the cool water with an ice bucket.
Yeah, except it wouldn't be
Yeah.
cool water here. Here it would be hot water because
boiling water
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the thing is we don't have any shade because they've gone so much into the water saving water that all the landscaping now
Yeah.
is desert landscaping. So it's all rocks and stone and concrete. So
Oh,
there's no greenery and it just the heat just reflects off and
yeah,
it's even
bad.
hotter. So we don't have shade trees very it's I mean maybe in some old neighborhoods you might get a shade tree or two, but not like it used to be. So
I do
and when
have to say, I have seen some really ridiculous craziness in the southern state of Louisiana, where some idiot, and I'm just saying this, so sue me, some moron in the median strips in her town put a glass bottle tree. She made a tree out of glass bottles in the median strip where there's no shade or shelter, and a glass bottle in the stinking hot sun. To me, that would spark or magnify a fire risk.
And it's also in an area where they get hurricanes. So
And vandalism.
broken
It's not
glass
like
flying
it was an
around.
artistic. It's not like I love glass blown bowls, platters. You know, I like Spanish glass. I'm a bit of a hoarder and collector of all things glass and crystal. But to have one when you're driving through a community where there are houses and vehicles and children, who on earth would make it wasn't even an artistic sculpture. It wasn't some beautiful Murano glass, you know, leaves and branches. No, it was just a glass bottle tree sculpture
Hey Liz,
that
someone's
I would want to throw rocks at.
Speaking of Louisiana,
and
Yeah.
look at here, Joe.
pause. I should pause to be like,
I've
oh,
been sitting here listening to you talk
I
shit
know.
about me for 5 minutes.
Sorry, I was counting.
Were you backstage going, let me in, let me in? I want to talk to that girl about glass bottles.
Sorry. Amy knows all about the weird
Look at
glass
you.
bottle things. But
I mean,
for the
just
record,
ridiculous.
it was not Amy who made glass bottle trees. So
Oh, no. It's just something I read about and saw, and I just thought, how moronic could you
But the bottle
be?
tree
What a nut
lost.
job.
It is in her yard now, not in the median. So, and the medians are going away. So,
Oh, it's common sense, you know. Plant some trees, encourage the birds and the bees, and it actually produces some shade, lessens the heat stroke when you're out there mowing your lawn. If a big old tree could, you know, be throwing some shade on you. Miss Amy, you look refreshed and lovely as always.
I didn't have to work today. Normally, it's
How
Monday.
amazing are you? So you're having a big Saturday night, sitting at home knitting?
We had friends over after church, and the boys went to go visit Grandma. And I said, "Let me see if my girls are still on, so I could talk to my girls and see Joe Bob."
Oh,
I haven't got to see
I
Joe
miss
Bob.
you so much. I miss you so much. At work, I caught myself saying all you all, and I missed you terribly. I had a little moment. I was like, oh, all y'all, Amy. I miss you, all y'all. I do. What have you been knitting on, Amy? Are you
Baby
crocheting
blankets,
madly
of
and still making baby gear?
baby blankets?
look, Amy,
Mm-hmm.
look,
Hey!
baby blanket. Starting the second half.
I love making those.
I got baby yarn,
Hey!
so
Yeah.
I'm halfway there.
Hey, we're getting progress. Somebody, I don't know if she wants to be named, but she's in the I think Chicken Ladies chat, sent me a thing on how to do those corner to corners in the round. And hers looks
Ooh.
really cool, but I haven't. I tried it one time. My brain was like,
I've
all
seen them.
confused.
I have a
So-
pattern how to do them
To
like
try
in a up and down, but I haven't tried it yet.
Oh.
So I
Let
don't
me
know.
say, Amy, how was church? How was church today? Did you have a good church service?
I did, and we had some friends down from Tennessee, so we got to see them, and we had tacos and relaxed, and it was good. Very good.
I'm so
That's
happy.
lovely. That's lovely. Yeah, and what's happening in your part of the world?
It's hot. And we're all going to die from hurricanes every day, all day long, if you turn on the weather.
Wow.
Yeah, you missed my rant, Joe, last time about the Weather Channel telling people they should evacuate less than 100 miles from home. And so I ranted about the fact that the storm is 100 miles long. So why are you leaving if you can only go 100 miles? Like, it's
I think I would feel safer hunkered down at home.
Yeah.
Why be on the road too? What if you get stuck with, trees down or flooding, why not just stay at home and hunker down? That's not my professional advice. That's just
it depends on how strong it is. I'll stay for a cat 1 and 2. For a 3, I'll judge it, because a 3 was Ida. That's when I went and stayed with Lorelai. That was a 3.
Yeah.
And it ended up being almost a 4 at landfall. So for a 3, that's pretty scary. That's like strong winds. So, but I
remember when I remember we had that chat when you were with Lorelai, when Joe was at her house with George, her mannequin.
George the mannequin. Her doing naughty things.
That was a long time ago.
That feels like forever ago, but it really wasn't.
No, I guess not.
Was it 2020 or 2021?
21, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of the outdoors, so not only have I been buying yarn, but I've also finally invested in something I've wanted for a really, really long time. I got an inflatable paddleboard.
Cool.
Yeah, you were talking about that going.
And I gotta tell you, it is so much fun. Now, granted, we've only like gone on a lake and just kind of we're still all practicing, just trying to stand up, without like flopping over. I'm starting to kind of figure it out, like going from like sitting to kneeling to then to kind of like Spider-Manning it like on top and then slowly like standing up, trying not to fall in. But the first time we all went, a group of us went, I was standing up, and of course I thought I was being, I thought I was good, and I kind of like paddled out into like deeper water, a little bit. And sure enough, I had my sunglasses on my head. I have my earrings in, like I normally do. And I fell in, and I came back up. I lost my sunglasses are somewhere in the lake, as well as an earring.
Oh no.
The other one stayed in just fine. So why just the one came out, I don't know. But since then, though, it's a workout. Like, I didn't think just
the core to just stand and not fall over, I would imagine is,
Oh, Joe Bob, I love that hat.
That looks cool, Joe Bob.
Are you on the crown decreases now? Uh-oh. Joe Bob, you're muted. You're muted, Joe Bob. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, you just hit it again.
You're muted again. We can't hear you, Joe Bob.
No. Hit the microphone again. She's not even looking up. Wait, oh, there she goes.
There she is. You muted yourself again, Joe.
There you go.
Keep muting yourself.
I think ready for the decreases now, definitely.
Yeah.
Because it's quite long, and I do like to have it way over my big old ears.
Is that
so? Yep, ready for the decreases. So this one will be done. Yeah.
I have never.
Yeah, I just did 2 different colors, and I never count the rows, so it's just like measure it up and hope for the best. There it is.
I gotta do that one day.
This color's pretty. It's got little specks in it, little pops of color.
I think I've
pink
never done
and
that
orange and blue and brown, so I put it with the rusty brown.
I could do it in the knitting machine, so it kind of feels like I could just cheat.
You could do a whole muscle burr in a knitting machine.
Yeah.
And then just pick up each side and do the crown on each end.
Yeah. Well, no, when you do
it's definitely ready.
Y'all cut out, but when you do the tube on the knitting machine, all you do is weave in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. You could do it that way too. I forgot about that. I haven't used one of those in a long time.
Yeah.
But
I have a different Cheryl from Wise Owl Knits. She has, I believe it's still a free pattern. It's called Hat Squared, and it's so I've been meaning to do that because I have 2 skeins of yarn that I really, really like the colors of, but I
didn't really want to do socks with it, and I just was kind of like, well, I don't really know what to do, and I thought I'll do that pattern. I have yet to start it.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many. Cheryl, I still have that Solomon poncho, that beautiful Solomon poncho. I still have it. See, I need to see this.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, Tabitha, that's beautiful. Yeah.
I've been monogamous, trying to get through projects, and so I'm trying to tell myself not to start stuff because I need to finish things.
But I don't know what the heck I'm going to do for Shark Week, and we have less than
I know.
I have a month to figure out what we're doing for Shark Week.
I found a small shawl.
Goodness.
I found a
haven't
shawl
even thought
pattern I'm
about
going to
it.
do. I found a shawl pattern I'm going to do.
I don't know. I have a month.
That's what I'm going to do.
I guess I'm going to use Stash because I don't know what I'm doing. So,
Joe Bob, guess what I'm going to do for Shark Week?
What?
I don't even know what I'm going to do. Oh, what? Really, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Hang on. Hang on. Having trouble hearing. I'll just tap my phone. I'm sorry, there's a noise issue, interference. I didn't get that. I can't hear you.
I heard it's this really, really hard pattern for some people.
So,
but
I still can't. Careful. I'm not hearing you.
Be careful, Morgan. It's a little tricky,
It's really complicated.
I really don't want you to stress yourself.
I thought, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do it.
I just love that Joe makes these most intricate, beautiful colorwork sweaters and these hats and these shawls and the murderness shawl. That's like a physicist not being able to play tic-tac-toe. It just doesn't make sense.
I know. Poor Joe Bob.
I'm just going to put my needles in my mouth so I can't say anything.
I love you, Joe Bob, but come on.
The question is it mentally she's just given up on doing it so she can't do it, or
or you could just do a true, if you really, the essence of murderness shawl is screw it, I do what I want. You could just start one and do what you want with it.
Well, yeah, so I'm thinking either I'll do the classic murder knit shawl or I'll do the Morticia shawl, because I've got a couple two skein like a couple things of yarn that I have two skeins of the same color. So I'm thinking, okay, do I want to do the classic murder knits or do I want to do the Morticia shawl?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this one. It's hard to see, but it's called the Be Yourself.
Oh, that's
they're using self-striping, 2 different self-stripings, but I'm gonna
shawl for 1 week. See, that would scare me.
It's not that big.
Oh
no, it just looks really big.
It's that big, so it's
oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use self-striping. I'm gonna use coordinating colors and then one bright color. But it's super simple. It's reminds me a lot of Vertices Unite, because you pick up along edges and do a small section. So I think being able to do the small sections, it'll go faster.
I think I'm gonna
because you're not going across the whole width of the shawl every row.
Oh yeah. Because see, the murder shawl is easy to just use one skein, and then you're like, okay, well, when I get to the end, as long as I have enough to cast off, it's fine. So you can mentally, you're like, okay, one skein, that's it. It's a end sight.
This one I'm doing, this Hohi one, this storm shawl is one skein, and so I'm using that yarn from
oh, that's pretty.
Yarn Love. The Yarn Love. Ghouls just want to have fun.
Yeah, see, I got that watermelon yarn from Yarn Love, and it's DK, so I might do DK socks. We'll see. I don't know how the heck I can buy that in Indiana Jones.
Yes, Murder Knits. The Murder Knit shawl is in Blocked magazine, right? The original pattern is.
Yes. Yes.
Joe, you're allowed to. I'm answering a question in the chat, Joe. I have to answer the question.
Oh, okay.
See?
Don't mind
I'm
me.
answering a question.
So how can I incorporate watermelon into Indiana Jones and Sharks?
So I've got a couple different options. I'm thinking, although the light's kind of blowing it out, but it's something either this or some Arcane Fiberworks.
Oh, I love Arcane Fiberworks.
Yeah.
Or
Nice.
I like it.
Nice.
my Polyjuice potion from Yarn Love.
Ooh, do the Polyjuice. Make it bright and fun.
What's the name of the arcane one?
Birch bark.
Huh?
Birch bark.
Oh, okay. I know that one.
And then
I was just trying to figure out how you can make it.
And then it's called Steve's Gold. This is called Steve's Gold.
Well, that one with gold.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. You could.
Kind of.
Well,
Our benevolent
guess
dictator might not agree.
I'd be stretching it a little, you know.
She's pretty relaxed about that kind of stuff.
Let me know, Anne.
Mine, the pattern is called Be Yourself, but the yarn I have is one is Pacific Ocean something, and the other is sea something. So.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what color I'm going to do for the bright color. I have to wait till I get the other skeins to see what I have that goes with it.
I need to go look at Stash and see what I want to do because.
Yeah, I mean, it could be either one, shark related or treasure Egypt.
Right.
Susan from Delightful Works has a shark project bag.
Yeah, and Holly has yarn, right?
Her sunken treasure yarn, and Chicken Lady has yarn too.
Chicken Lady has one, yeah.
Trying to think what else. Just remember the rules. Whatever, if you don't finish it, you have to frog it. So if you're going to pick a project,
I know.
Yeah.
There's me.
Yeah, this I think I can do in a week. So because it is pretty simple stitches. It's garter.
I'm trying to think of what's happening that week. I don't think anything's happening that week. So, it's after July 4th.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, when is it again? The
7th through the 14th.
Okay, so at least I know on the 7th. So I'll be gone up north. So if you
the 4th is back Thursday.
Whoa!
Joe.
Oh my gosh!
Did she drop her phone?
I'm upside down and inside out. Oh, that might fix my sound problem.
Okay. So if the 4th is a Thursday, the Friday is the 5th, Saturday, so it's Sunday. So Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday to Sunday.
No, I'm going to come back. Sound is shite.
Joe, you should make a cowl to match your hat from last year.
Oh, yeah.
Your fishy hat.
There you go.
Are you there, Joe? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Joe Bob?
Amy.
I don't.
Amy,
she dropped her phone.
Amy, remember that one time when we were on the show? Oh, she's gone. And she couldn't hear us.
She couldn't hear the two of you because you were below her.
On the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
When you were below her. She wanted us to move her on the screen.
Yeah. She thought we were up to mischief, that we were up to no good.
That time you weren't, though. That time you were honestly not.
No.
I mean, there's been times.
I've never been up to mischief. I've never purposely been like, oh.
No.
No. Not on purpose. Mischief just usually finds me.
Right.
Well, the problem is anything can set any one of us off, and it does. So sometimes we don't think about what we're saying, and then we say things, and it goes, a little.
I behaved myself on Knitting Wars. I'm just proud of myself. So
I need to catch up on. I need to catch up on so many things. I think I'm going to do that this week. Tonight going into tomorrow. Like I'm going to get caught up on things.
Yeah. Hey, we have a giveaway on our last podcast, and we don't podcast again for like 2 months.
I'm just like I haven't even watched yet. I'm like I need.
It was fun. It was fun seeing you and Denise. And I'm so excited. Denise knitting sweaters and stuff. Hopefully that won't have a goiter. Because Joe will never let her hear the end of it if that happens again.
I know.
I don't know if she's moving her car or something because she hasn't come back to let her in.
Yeah, usually she moves it if it's.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, I'm working on this one skein shawl because I needed something simple. And it's really a good, simple pattern for those variegated skeins that look so pretty in the skein and then they pull really weird when you try to make things with them. But this shawl pattern, it works really well. And it's only for one skein. So provided my gauge isn't off, I'll have
whatever
enough.
We pick for Shark Week, we all need to consider is Knitting Wars that week too? Because if we have Knit Night and Knitting Wars, we don't need to pick something to not concentrate on.
Yeah, we might have to skip. Yeah,
be like
it can't be a
podcasts are canceled because we have to knit our stuff for Shark Week.
Well, yeah, I mean there'll be we can always be that week that we do a Saturday instead of a Monday and do the Saturday before the Sunday. If you want to do that, Joe. And she's frozen.
Oh no.
Maybe we'll do the Saturday before, and then that way that Monday we're not podcasting.
Oh wait, I'll be gone though, because I'll be up north because we're leaving that Wednesday and then not coming back till Sunday.
Every man for himself. Morgan during Shark Week.
I know. I'll just tell everybody else. I'll just tell my boyfriend and everybody else. You know what? I gotta step away for a minute. I need to do this right now. Like no time. I got stuff to do.
Like if I'm gonna pick socks to knit, because I mean DK socks do go pretty fast, but I work full time, so you know that means I only knit at night. So I'm gonna have to like plan the meals out. It's like all right, crock pot meals every night.
Well, we'll have to figure it out because we can't. If we're all knitting things that we have to pay attention to, it's kind of hard to chat at the same time.
I know, so that's why I always do baby blankets on here.
Yeah, well, that's why I've been doing crocheting on here because the corner to corner, I don't have to think about it.
Well, and I gotta hope that here isn't busy that week because then I can take our projects to work, and when there's people are either in the rooms or there's nobody there, so I gotta hope urgent care is not busy because then I can get some stuff
Morgan,
done.
we need you. Wait, let me get to the end of this row.
Wait, hold on. Let me.
Joe, can you hear us?
Joe.
Not if you can hear us, Joe.
Joe, can you hear us?
Flip me off if you can hear us, Joe.
She can't hear.
No, she can't hear.
I don't know that she can hear us. Let me check the audio.
Gosh dang it.
She's not on mute. Let me edit her mic. No?
Can you move her up top, see if it works?
My volume is crap. I'm sorry, guys. You're all wobbly like a bunch of magpies hanging out in the park.
Because you
checking
dropped
out a
it.
juicy worm.
Right, yeah, we dropped the phone.
Might have been when you dropped your phone. When you dropped your phone.
I pulled out. Yeah, I dropped my phone, and what happened?
You can't hear because you dropped your phone. Amy,
no, I couldn't hear before that. I took out the power bank because I thought the power bank might have been causing interference because it was made in the People's Republic. If it was made in Japan, I would have no issues. It's outstanding.
Sorry that you
but
have a cheap phone like mine was made in Korea.
I can't hear.
Someone needs to make a sign to hold up for Joe. Can you hear us? I'm reading the
Hear
chat.
anything. I'll put myself on mute and maybe that'll help.
What if you move us around again?
Yeah. I don't know how to move you around.
Oh. But she could hear when I came in, right? It wasn't just because I came in.
Yeah.
I know sometimes.
No, she was. I thought she could hear then, but you never know because I don't know. It's been okay for most of the 2 hours, and now she's gone again.
Sometimes y'all like flicker and it like spins and it thinks, and it.
That's what Joe's doing right now.
Yeah,
She's flickering.
Like, that's what it does to me sometimes. So I never knew if that was my Wi-Fi or y'all.
It's probably the Wi-Fi, but with Joe, it's probably definitely her Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Wonder if I should kick her out so she can come back in from scratch.
Maybe so.
Didn't she just do that though?
No, it's like frozen. Now I kicked her out. No.
She really might kick me out.
Okay, now she's come back.
Okay, let's see.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Is it
out
there?
Yay! Amy doesn't have to sign language to you again.
Only Morgan knew what I said.
I caught most of it.
That's good.
I said a bad word.
Your Auslan is different from ours.
You're right.
Your American Auslan is different from. Oh my God, it's terrible.
Hey, Neil, is British Sign Language different? Do they say chew, C-H-U-E-G-N in British Sign Language? Asking for all of us because we want to know.
Okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch it at a replay to find out what's so funny.
Oh.
The Tunisian.
Apparently he says.
He says yes.
When he says TU words sometimes, like Tunisian, it says it's chew. Like
they pronounce it with a CH.
And I've never heard it.
I'm trying to read Amy's lips, but she keeps freezing, so I have to make it up as I go along.
Oh, that'll be good. That'll go for real well.
Okay, Neil wants to know how you say Tuesday.
Love you, Bob. Hang on, she's doing this one. I love you, Joe Bob. Oh, that's like that guy.
And she's frozen
Austin
again.
Powers. Oh no, the evil one.
Oh, Dr. Evil.
It's Joe. It's not.
And she's gone again.
Australians don't say it the way Neil does, though. I don't think. I think that's just Neil. He's just.
I don't know, because when I looked it up, it said some Australians do. So I don't know if it's just people who've emigrated or
But I don't hear
originally
him
from
say
England.
it. I hear him say it the proper
She-
way.
But he also says Nesian too, which we don't
But like,
say. So
I think our brains actually make it sound correct. Is what I'm saying. I think our brain hears the T sound.
we hear the way we think it should be.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
He said other words, and I'm like, wait, what did he say? Because I hear it the correct. Kind of like when you read the mumbo jumbo, that thing he showed us. Could you read the sentence and you could read it?
Yeah.
You know.
Can you hear us, Joe?
Can you hear us, Joe Bob?
Is anyone alive?
Frozen.
No,
Amy's
you're not
singing
frozen.
to me. Everyone's frozen. There you go.
We're not frozen.
No, I wasn't frozen. You were frozen for me. And Amy is still frozen, and she's going like this. So I think she's going, this person loves Joe Bob. Because that's all I can see her just going like that.
That's exactly what she was doing, Joe. That's exactly what she was
I'm
saying.
going to watch 2 hours and 5 minutes. I am going to go back tonight while I have my coffee and watch 2 hours in to see what Amy. Oh, now she's middle fingering me. She gave me the bird. She gave me the bird. I'll take your bird. I'll take your bird and double it.
And there it goes.
She loves me. She loves me, really.
There we go.
Oh, well. For those of you who are not watching live and get to watch later, I'll be joining you and I'll be commenting in the chat. So please add your comments in the chat. Please add your comments in the chat.
Yeah, we need it. We need to
if you're
talk
still
to
with us
Therese.
after 2 hours.
We need to talk to Therese.
For your patience.
I'm checking the sun to make sure it's sunset because it's not the Sabbath anymore, and I'm flipping people off. So you know, probably not supposed to do that.
I'm missing my trees.
It was all meant in good fun. We'll have to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, Joe Bob.
If Amy's going to do sign language, can we invite Birdie to come and play with us too, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she will be lip reading.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah. Although, granted, I'm not on Instagram much anymore, except for the reels at times. But otherwise, I mean, I haven't, how's she doing? Oh, I mean, I could go look too. I could go like on her face.
I mean,
but
she's so. I don't give a fuck.
She's a strong woman.
She just puts it out there, and she just does not take any prisoners.
The last thing I saw, which I thought was hilarious, was because somebody made a comment. It was a picture of her face, and they were like, "Those are anime eyes," and she's like, "That's just my face, bro." And like she got in trouble, like she got the post taken down, but all it was her saying, "That's my face." Like that really is my eyes. Like it's not fake. That's just my face.
Yeah, it's crazy what they're doing.
Which I was like, well, that's pretty cool. If like they think your face is anime. I mean, that means you have big, pretty eyes. So
But did they think she was pretending she was anime, or that she was pretending the anime was her? I mean, I don't understand that. It makes no sense. Seriously.
My face looks like when you're sitting by the campfire with shining the torch. Ooh,
yeah, you need your Illuminati. You need your Illuminati hood so that you can
Illuminati hood,
yeah, so we can have our secret organization, the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
What was I going to say? If people want to knit baby, there you go. Knit and crochet baby items. Send them to Amy for Let Them Live. She's accepting.
I appreciate that. Someone actually messaged me. I was either after the last time I was on Knit Wars or Midnight, and they had never heard of Let Them Live, and they wanted to send stuff. So
that's what I'm working on now, a baby blanket to send you.
So. Let them live shirt. Grow the family tree.
Yep. Very cool. It's a great organization and they help a lot of people, and it's good to get involved. The last time I bought yarn from somebody online, they ask you if you use PayPal to you can donate to an organization, and it was let them live.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, yes, absolutely,
Cool.
because we love
I
that
thought you could.
organization.
I didn't know you could pick one. I thought they just had one picked for you. I've seen that before.
Well, usually they haven't picked, I guess, but that was the one that they picked,
Oh, awesome.
which I thought was very cool. Maybe I put it on a list of ones that I donate to. I don't know. But
Cool.
but yeah, Shark Week is coming up. What else is coming up? Submissions for Blocked Magazine, I think, is June 15th.
Oh, I got to email him my article. Glad you said that.
Amy, better send Neil your article.
I wrote it. It's done. I have to send it to him.
One of these days I'll get back to testing. I'll resume my, testing duties.
I'm excited to see all the pictures for the Ugly Cat shawl in the magazine.
Yeah.
I know he and Annie took some really cool ones. So I'm excited.
I wonder
and then
what
I'm gonna
people
start.
want us like pattern-wise to put in the magazine. Like if there are things that people are looking for that they really want that they haven't seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any patterns this issue.
I'm not a designery kind of person, so I can't really think of anything. But
I don't have anything in this magazine, but maybe next issue. So he's always looking for patterns and articles and reviews and commentary. So contact Neil. Pics are brilliant. Annie's daughter is a photographer. Awesome.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, I don't know how Tabitha's going to handle that, Neil, because she's supposed to have the best pictures in Block magazine. So we'll have to see how that goes. But how hot it is it by you, Amy?
At the moment, or in general?
In general.
Today it was feels like 94. It said.
So not fun.
No, it actually didn't feel terrible when we walked everybody out, but it was after sunset, so. My air has been on 74 and it has not kicked off for about 6 hours.
Yeah, mine's on 73 or 72 because right now it's 105 out and it's 6 o'clock. So it's gone down a little. It was hotter earlier. And I know we don't have humidity.
I would like to one day go over by you so I could actually judge, is the dry heat or the humid heat really worse? Which one's really worse?
It's different because dry heat's different. Most everything's air conditioned, so as long as you're not out in it, it's not bad. But when you're out in it, and the wind's blowing, it's like a hair dryer blowing on you.
Yeah.
So it's 100-degree heat and then another 100-degree wind blowing on top of you with no shade.
Yeah, see here, it feels like 100 degrees, but then it feels like 100 degrees, but you're walking through a damp washcloth.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I'd almost rather have, Amy's heat than.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, but she has a lot more bugs, and we don't have mosquitoes.
When you sweat in a dry heat, does it evaporate?
Yes.
See, that's the difference.
Okay.
So
I don't want hot air blowing on me either, though.
I don't want hot air blowing on me either, but that's what you have if the wind blows. But at least
when
you sweat, it goes somewhere.
True.
Because it's so damp and humid and moist outside.
It evaporates. You have to really keep up with your water intake in the summer, especially.
I still remember when we drove up, we had a summer camp one year up at the very tippy top of Minnesota, almost to Canada, where I walked into Canada, and we drove all the way from Louisiana to Minnesota. And about halfway through the country, we all got out the car for one of our stops. We were like, what is that? And the guy driving us was like, no humidity. We were like, wait, you can breathe.
I know. Well, I grew up in North Carolina, so when I came here, it was a shock. And then my kids have only lived here. They were born and raised here. When we went to Hawaii with the humidity, we got off the plane and my daughter's hair, she looked like Shirley Temple all of a sudden because it just, all the curls just popped in. Yeah, it was so fast. We do get humidity, but
I will
not,
tell you,
not.
we were in Minnesota in the middle of summer. It was hot. It's not like it wasn't hot. I mean, it was in the 90s, and it was humid because we were canoeing, so it was around water, so it was more humid than other places, but it still wasn't the same humid. And they had just as many bugs as we did. So
Yeah. We have different kind of bugs here. Like we get, those big giant cockroaches that are like
Joe
3 inches
has
long.
the scariest bugs. Nobody's bugs beat
We
Joe's
get scorpions. We don't get lightning bugs, which I miss.
We don't have them as much as we used to either.
I miss the lightning bugs. Of course, we get bees and we get nasty wasps and yellow jackets and all those terrible things.
No, Joe has tree monsters that will just drop down and kill you. So, I mean.
Well, yeah. She has the crazy bugs. And the deadly spiders. The funnel spiders.
Like, oh, I reached my hand under my pillow and there's a scorpion. I'm sorry, what? What?
I saw a thing one time.
Oh, well, it's better. It's better than Millie's new kitten who thinks that she's my personal face mask. I wake up with a face full of fur. Lucky Tomsky's not here. Otherwise, other things would be said. Like I wake up, she's caught. Face full of pussycat in my face. She's been taught by Millie to sleep on her pillow right next to her face. So when she comes, I try to slide her down under the doona, but she crawls back up and she lays like that and then puts her face against my face and puts her whiskers up my nose. She had her nose in my mouth the other night when I woke up. Must have been half snoring, like halfway through a and then I inhaled cat fur. Gross. That's more dangerous than the bloody snakes outside having cat nose up your nose. She's like puts her nose in my nose.
Yes,
cat.
Sherry. Yes, Gross. Sherry. I saw about the flying spiders that are invading the Northeast, and they're venomous, though they avoid people.
Flying spiders.
So that's what they're invading.
That's what Morgan owns is jumping things.
No, hers is a jumping spider.
Wait, no.
It's a jumping spider. They fly for miles.
Morgan's like, don't
just fly for miles.
Spider's name.
They can't fly. Oh, I should have taken a video.
I'm discriminating against your spider.
Hold on. Okay, so what happened was
hang on, let me take notes. There's a difference between a jumping spider and a flying spider. Yeah, hang on, let me just learn myself.
These are the ones that are invading the Northeast.
Okay, but an airborne spider.
And they're venomous.
I'll look it up.
They're venomous.
What?
Like that?
Yeah, giant venomous flying spiders with 4-inch long legs.
But an airborne
flying spiders,
no matter
versus jumping spiders. Okay, I'm going to look it up tonight. I'll do my homework.
I don't care if they're flying or they're playing basketball. The way they're airborne. And they
I know.
Okay?
Right. They've got their Adidas boots on, their Converse boots on, or whatever the latest, greatest high top 6-inch rubber flashing lights, air compressed, gel pocketed, whatever boots on. Could you make? Can we go have a cross stitch of that, please? Your spider with how many legs and how many pairs of basketball boots on?
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Neil,
on that
pattern is gonna come.
On that spider lovey you do. You should put little shoes on their feet
and stripy socks. Okay, I'm doing that. Not sponsored by any of those brands, by the way.
No, okay. So
I like my Brooks Ghosts. They're the shoe for me. Neutral foot. Perfect.
So I was trying to get Oreo into her new enclosure, and she was hanging like on top of it, right?
Oreo, like it's a sweet little puppy dog.
That's her name. That's what I named her. And she was like hanging up there, and all of a sudden she put like her front legs up or whatever, and she literally jumped. I mean, it wasn't a real high. Yeah, it wasn't real high. It was
airborne.
Short difference, short. But she went like, whoo, and then she just like jumped up, and then she was on top of the new enclosure. I was like, I wish I would have videoed that, and I could send it to Joe.
No, I'm glad you did not video that for any of us.
Joe's probably glad you did not too.
It was just this tiny little like hop. You know, it was.
Oh no, wait! How come she jumped on top of the enclosure? So it's a tiny little hop. That's two different.
Well, it wasn't like that.
Levels of airborne.
It wasn't that much of a distance though. It was just a little.
Hop.
Hop.
No.
Can a spider survive without all its legs? Like if it's an amputee, do they still survive with only like 5 legs?
It grows them back.
Just asking for a friend.
It grows them back.
They grow back, Joe.
They grow back.
Oh, I heard you. They grow back. I didn't hear Morgan. They
Yeah,
grow back. So if they lose 3 legs, if I accidentally step on one and only catch half of it, I don't need to feel guilty because as it scurries away, it's growing more legs. It's like a zombie apocalypse.
It doesn't happen actively. It takes a long time, like multiple molts to do
That
it.
sounds like premeditation in the court of spiders.
Liz, can you tell me what Morgan just said?
She said it doesn't happen instantly. It takes a while for them to grow. It takes a while for them to grow back.
Okay. Amy's frozen. Amy, can you tell me what Liz just said that Morgan just said?
She said, "Take out all the spiders, kill them all."
That's
No.
how dare
We need Neil here.
They grow.
She said, the legs grow back.
I need more people here so I can like have people below me that I don't want to hear.
Oh, I know. She's gone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end soon anyway because I need to eat.
I'm gonna design that cross stitch. That's fantastic.
I think you should make
Shoes.
it should be a little like you make a happy little spider and he'll be like Neil could hide it in the magazine like
Yeah.
spiders.
Like where's Waldo? Except you're like where's Oreo?
Where's Oreo?
Where's Oreo?
You gotta make the shoes little Converse though,
Yes. Neil, it's gonna happen.
or little flip flops, little
Yeah, it's
sandals.
gotta change with the seasons. You have a little hat.
Yes,
Star.
little Santa hat for like Christmas, and then a little pumpkin.
You'll have to find Oreo. Okay, here she is
First-
again. So
First person to find him gets a prize.
you need to watch this back because Morgan came up with a great idea for the magazine, Joe. You're gonna love it.
Oh. Oh, really?
It involves
Can't
Oreo.
wait.
Neil says, "Do it, Morgan."
Yeah,
All right.
do it. Okay, whatever that is, I'm going back to watch after 2 hours so I can find out what the heck's been happening the last 22 minutes.
Ever since
That
I
I've been
came
missing.
in, I'm in bad luck, Joe.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm really glad you
Yeah.
could make it, and I'm really glad to see you and have a chat to you, my darling. I heard you've got a miniature redneck Riviera now, a mini one. Do you have like a lounger to sit on, or is it just a camping chair to sit on?
Just a little cheap plastic Adirondack chair, and then I put my little dog pool, and I put my sprinkler on, and my popsicle, and I'm good to go.
Really? You even do the sprinkler? Wouldn't the water out of the hose be hot from the pipes and the heat?
Not once it gets going. No, it's only hot.
Yeah, not
okay.
once it. Yeah.
That's a great look.
I mean, it's not cold, but it's.
Do you do an umbrella? Like, do you have one of those beach umbrellas in a stake in the ground?
No, she wants the vitamin D.
On my vitamin D.
Oh, you see, I've got freckles. If you look closely, I've got freckles and blue eyes. So, no, I fry. So I have to do the umbrella
but the doctor
with the
said I didn't
sprinkler.
have-
That's a great idea.
She said I needed vitamin D, and she looked at my labs, and the last time she checked, my vitamin D was fine. I was like, yeah, that's when I had the Redneck Riviera. My butt was out in the pool every week.
Yeah. But I guess, well, you save on floaties. You don't need a lilo or a floaty now. You're just going to sit in your, how did you say it? The Andrew rock chair?
Adirondack.
The one that like leans back, like plastic chair.
Adirondack. Oh, are they the ones with like a lever thing that you pick up and move the section back?
No, the plastic ones that kind of like lean back like that. They look like a plastic deck chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, so you kick back with your milkshake or your, daiquiri with ice, shaved ice. Yep,
Bomb
okay.
pop, a bomb pop in
Okay.
Prosecco. I'm just saying.
That's a cool idea.
Bomb pop.
That's a cool idea, and just put your feet in the redneck Riviera. No. Well, you know what? You could drink your heart away because there's no chance of drowning, right? Unless you fall face first.
I saw somebody
Imagine if
who
you toppled face first. Be like Weekend at Bernie's.
I saw somebody who dug out around the pool, so the pool sat down into the ground, and then in the winter they pulled it out and they used it as a fire pit. They would pull the pool out and use the area as a fire pit because it's stone all the way around. And then in the summer they would just put the pool back in.
That's too much work.
Well,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I'd fall in it.
This was $25 and a water bill.
That is great. Except, you know what? If I did that on the farm, I'd have to put it like in a paddock away from the cats and the dogs, and I'd come out to it and there'd be some bloody koala sleeping in it, or a kangaroo.
Or guano.
Goanna? Oh my God, it'd be a huge goanna, having a swim in it, having a drink, and all the possums would come down to have a drink. So that would be dangerous.
Either that or she'd have a family of roos hanging out by her pool.
Ducks and geese.
Oh, listen, Jack's friend's dad was just riding their motorbikes, just dirt bikes on their property 2 weekends ago. And it was getting on dusk, and the dad had said to the two boys, they're like Jack's age, my son's age, I'm just going to go back to the house and feed the animals and then we'll be back. They were just riding around on dark, and a bloody kangaroo came out of nowhere, swiped him. He's got 9 broken ribs, a collapsed lung, a busted collar bone, something to do with his liver, or I think his liver, a busted hip. I mean, this roo, he wasn't going fast. He's on his own property. He wasn't, speeding down the road on a road bike. He was just on a dirt bike heading home to feed the animals. And he got absolutely smashed by this huge roo. Wow. Smashed. Awful. And they had to get the emergency services to get in there because there's no road in there. And they had to helicopter him out to the hospital.
Oh, my word.
That's awful.
Oh, he was a mess. You know, when you hear about accidents with roos, you sort of think, it's on a freeway or a highway and you might be doing, your 80 miles an hour. No, this guy's just putting it along between the trees, going home back to the house on his own property. And this roo just collapsed him into the ground and just smashed his body to bits.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Really bad. So So we were getting blow by blow updates because one of his sons is Jack's good friend, and the poor guy, I think he's finally had 2 surgeries. He had to wait until everything sort of settled down, all the tests were done, and I think the guy's just had 2 surgeries to try to fix some of his body parts and put them back together.
Oh my goodness.
That's awful. So.
See, your land really is trying to kill everybody.
It really is. It's very
I know. Just stay home and do your knitting where it's safe. That's what I think. Chocolate, a beverage, knitting. That's all you need. Oh, Amy, I was telling the girls earlier, I came up from the machinery shed with an armful of wool and I had wool in my pockets. And David walked out the front door and said to me, I see you've been to your wool shop, to your wool store. I'm like, oh my God, if he saw what I've got stashed in the back office here, my most recent pickers.
He would shut his mouth because he knows better.
Oh no, he is fully supportive. He knows.
That's what I mean.
He knows. I mean, like that. Yeah, he calls my wool stash the wool store now.
Looks like everybody's making those chickens.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah, I need to make one of those.
I do too. I don't have any eyes though. I have buttons.
I have eyes.
For eyes.
I did safety eyes. I bought safety eyes that didn't actually work. The plastic on the back was quite soft and they fell apart. So then I just hand sewed I made a blue sweater on one, so I hand sewed the blue and then put a pip of black in it. And it actually looks really evil because I'm not the best sewist in the world. I can't sew a straight line. So I just sort of over sewed like stumpy embroidery. And then I just did a little black in the middle. And I did one in a pink sweater, so I did a pink eye. So it looks like it's got some sort of pink eye disease or something.
Joe's demented.
I did a pink eye with a black beady. I mean, chooks are scary anyway, aren't they? I mean, they've got sharp beaks and beady eyes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's one thing I have to say is when I did mine, I did not like how the beaks turned out because the beaks stretched and sort of went wide. So next time I do one, I'm going to go down a couple of needle sizes to do a smaller, tighter beak because I want a pointy beak, not a like one that looks like it's got punched in the nose.
Well, yeah, you don't want one that's punched in the nose. That would be
no, because when you fill it up with stuffing, instead of having a sort of a sharp beak, it sort of went flat. What we call in Papua New Guinea a chimbu nose when you have a big flat nose. Chimbu nose.
Hey Joe, this one's a different pattern,
Yes.
but look at this one. It's a different chicken pattern. It's got your color work.
Oh, that's pretty.
Well, that's what I was thinking. A fair old sweater on a chicken will be cool. And I did the comb, but I made the wattle, and you know, Millie looked at me and said that looks weird. So I didn't put those on my chooks. And the kids that got my chickens loved them and took them to bed. And I just told them it's winter time, so I made you a chicken in a jumper, in a sweater. So they thought that was cool.
This person put glasses on theirs.
I need to
Oh, that's a nerdy chicken.
Yeah, I would make like I'd have to make like an angry one and a happy one and a silly one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you put teeth on one under its beak or something so
awesome.
You can see it smile?
Little goatee, make an Elvis one, you know. Like,
oh, that'd be cool. Put a wig on one. I mean, well, that's it. Once you do them, you can embellish them. You could put a collar on one sweater. You could do a polo neck, or you could put trim on the band, do a ribbed band on the bottom of it. So I'm really thinking some smart person will show me how to do Fair Isle in short rows, or does it really even matter? Just do the pattern and back again and just extend it as you go with the short rows. Just even just doing double color, you know, like one-on-one. Like, what do you call it? Those flea bites? Just do a sweater with flea bites.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. Where you just have the little bit of color.
Be cool.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Be cool to do a scrappy chicken with
that would be
scraps. You know.
What weight yarn?
You could put a wig on a chicken. You could put hair on it.
I don't know what it'd look like with hair. You could give it, you know.
It'd look like Beyonce with golden hair.
I don't know. Beyonce chicken?
Yeah. I think that'd be cool with hair on it. Imagine, it already looks like a Neil chicken if you didn't put a comb on the top of it because it'd be bald on top.
If you like it, then you should have put
Then you can put the glasses on and the beard.
But how much comfort does it provide, Joe? He said it's called lice, not flea. Joe.
It is not called lice.
I've heard the
You louse. You louse. You scouse.
I've heard it both ways.
No, it is not.
But Joe, do your chickens bring you comfort though? Does it bring you emotional comfort?
Not when I had to do the eyes. It brought me a high anxiety. After I did the eyes though, and it was put together, and do the eyes before you stuff it. Another tip, full of tips for chooks. And I did a little black and white chickens. They were really cute.
Yeah, I think I want chicken.
No, it gave me great joy to give them to young children who actually realised they were chickens. So that was good because I thought, what if the 2-year-old or the 4-year-old doesn't know what it is and they just think I'm an idiot handing them something that looks like a cushion? But they knew they were chooks and they were very happy with them, so that's good.
Now you can make like a rage chicken, like one that you like hold when you're angry.
I'm gonna make it, Mank.
Like the squeeze balls.
Scouse. No.
Stress balls, like a
stress stress balls.
We just squeeze it.
Oh, look, let's not go there because my mind just went straight to my husband. So let's not even go there.
Okay.
Well,
Let's get back to
that.
well.
It'd
It's
be
always
like, I
something.
can help you. I can help you not be so stressed. I'd rather be stressed. Thank you. What was I thinking about Neil then? Oh, I can't remember now.
Something about lice and
Oh, no, I wasn't
we.
thinking about Neil with the stress balls. No, Amy interjected while I was thinking about something to tell Neil.
He said something about his mom, I think.
About his mom, yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't about his mum. I know his mum's fine and he's going to crochet her all, Tunisian crochet her all the things. Can you imagine he says chew instead of tea? Like, how does he say butter? Butcher? I'm going to put some butter on my toast. Like, come on, Neil.
You know what I think we should do is we need to make a
trumpet, tuna,
like
Tunisian crochet.
Tongue twister poems. We should make a tongue twister poem.
Yeah.
Of T words.
Okay.
And make him say
And make Neil say it. It'd be like listening to him with a mouthful of marbles. Like, chew, chew, chew.
Like
chew, chew, chew. That's what they're going to say to him when he's an old man in a nursing home. Soft food, chew, chew, chew.
Neil, it's Tuesday.
Love you, Neil. Really, I do.
We do, Neil. You
Remember
know we
the
care.
disclaimer at the beginning of this conversation 2.5 hours ago when I said we only take the piss out of people we love and know very well. I promise to be kind to you if you don't know me.
Oh, he said, have you said Tuesday yet?
Neil James, like big disclaimer banner across the cover. I do not know Joe Bob. Tuesday.
She says it like we do, Neil.
Yeah.
Has Joe Bob said Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Just like library and February have R's in them.
She sounded like angry American.
Library. February.
Angry Sesame Street.
You all have some funny shortcuts. Life's mysteries.
February.
Oh Lord.
February.
No, nobody says the R.
He says you say Tuesday. He's calling you out, Joe Bob.
Tuesday. Listen, dickhead, it's Tuesday. Got it? I do not say Tuesday. I say Tuesday. How dare you? How dare you defame me and slander my speech character in such a mannerism? How dare you?
Meanwhile,
Double dog dare you to try it again, buddy.
Meanwhile, I feel like I don't know how to pronounce anything anymore. Listening to everybody, I don't know how to pronounce a thing anymore.
My son gets mad because I call it aluminium now. And it annoys him.
Aluminum?
Aluminium.
But imagine going vintage shopping with Neil James and he goes into the antique store and says, "Oh, that's a nice Tiffany lamp." "Oh, that's a nice Tudor chair. From the Tudor era."
Tudor, but not Tiffany because it's the TU only, I think.
But not all the tea.
"I'll have a nice cup of tea with some chai, please. Can I have a chai massage, please?" Everything.
It's always something.
Oh, I don't know about I played the horn as a trumpet. Really?
I love y'all.
Well, if he had only gotten your reparations for you, Joe, you wouldn't be attacking him like this. But how do you say capture? Capture. Capture.
I can't wait to meet Neil on the knitting retreat next year.
Oh God.
That'll be a whole day of them just saying hello to each other. Calling each other out.
Neil Imagine Neil at Halloween. Hey? Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
God.
He says it's capture. Capture.
Lucky Neil, honestly, Lucky Neil doesn't have children, or everyone would think they have a speech impediment.
Unless that's how everybody in Manchester talks, though. Maybe they all say that. Maybe they all call it
Possibly.
Tuesday.
Maybe, but they have more dialects in that tiny little damn island than we do in like one state over here.
I know.
I'm like,
I know.
how the hell are y'all so close and y'all talk so different?
Yeah.
Oh, imagine Annie.
He says
Annie
it correctly.
reporting from Cheeside.
Cheeside.
Oh, it's Annie here reporting from Cheeside.
I'm like, we're freaking like 4 different nations blended into one state over here, and we don't even talk that many different ways.
Yeah.
We got like French, Spanish, Cajun, Creole, black, white, red, all of them, and we don't have that many.
Oh God, I can't.
Well, it's more an accent than saying the word differently. It's just the accent on the words different in the different parts of the country.
But he drives like 5 miles down the road.
I just can't stop now.
And then he
I
stays
can't stop
overnight
thinking
and drives
about
home.
Neil James. Neil James has a sore throat. He says, "Oh, I think there's something wrong with my tonsils." Everything now I'm thinking.
And I still don't hear him say it. I still hear the T. I don't know what's wrong with it. I just don't hear it.
Because in your brain, you know it's a T, so your brain automatically makes it a T. Because my daughter and I were talking about that, and your brain automatically hears it the way you think it should be.
Yeah.
So except for Tunisians,
like when you mishear the lyrics on a song and you sing them forever like that.
Maybe Joe's saying it wrong too, but we don't know because we just hear the T and only he can hear it because it's their secret language.
Could be. We'll have to ask Pirate.
Tea is tea. Butter. Tea. Well, you guys say butter. Some of you say butter with the D. So maybe your T's are D's. Let's not go there. Oh, it's only TU.
Yeah, I tried to tell you that, but you were on it. It's the long U. Yeah. It's the long U sound, I think. Like in tuna.
So I wonder who says turkey.
Tuna. But you say tuna with a short T, and I say tuna with a longer T. Tu. Yeah, the U's a long U. Tuna, tuna. Sweets. T. Tuna. Why is tuna and tuba? That's weird. Tunisian crochet.
He's going to be up all night
Tunisia.
sounding words.
Tunisia. You don't say Tunisia.
He says you say it like him.
You need to write us a poem.
No,
Tunal Bob says it like me.
No, Neil.
No, I don't.
Not cha.
No,
cha.
Neil.
There's a difference.
No. Tuna Bob says it like me.
Oh, I'm writing a poem.
Okay.
I am writing a poem.
If you say so, that's fine by me.
It will make no sense, but I'm writing a poem.
Please do. And
please
add in please make sure tutor and tuna are also in the poem.
And two.
Oh, I'm going on the Wordle dictionary list. And I'm taking everything.
All words the TU words rhyming with tuna. Tubal litigation. I don't know.
It's got to have CH words, otherwise it won't work because you've got to be able to flip between the two. So.
Chew. I don't know. How many chew words are there in the world? I mean, this is now an educational program.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Tuba. Tushy.
That's it. T-N-C-H.
Yeah, no.
Touche.
Tudor, which we've already said. Neil can't go to any antique store and talk about the Tudor. How does he talk about the Tudor period? Elizabeth I and
Amy,
Queen
you can throw
Mary.
in tuberculosis.
Be one of those heretics that got burned at the stake or guillotined if he called the Tudor ladies Tudors. Like, oh, you're saying I'm fat? I chew too much. Yeah, like a cow on cud.
Oh my goodness.
Twofer? How does he say twofer deals? Oh, I love me a twofer deal. Does he really say twofer deal? Does he? A
I don't
twofer
know.
deal? I love a twofer, by the way. In every store, I will be sucked in by a twofer deal.
I'm gonna make Joe do the poem too. I'm not gonna we're not just picking on you, Neil. Joe's gonna say it too.
And tulips.
How do you tiptoe to the tulips?
Or tuberoses.
Yeah, tulips. Tulips are beautiful, right? Amsterdam, Holland, tulips.
You can have
Millie
tutor
grew some
as in the
tulips
king
last
and
summer.
tutor as in a tutor. You can have both.
Oh, as in a tutor. Oh, tutor. That's a scary one. I nearly said tutor. Tutorial.
I bought my tutor.
That was a bit lazy of me, a bit hazy.
Tulips.
That's a bit of a one. A tutor.
Tuition.
And then I ate a tuna fish sandwich.
Tuition, yeah.
And I had to pay the tuition.
I don't know.
On my tutor education.
Oh my gosh.
You tiptoed
Have to
through
name a
the
yarn
tulip.
after that.
Tune up. You got your car tuned up.
Oh my goodness.
Who was that? Who was that singer? That crazy guy with the long hair? Tiny Tim.
Oh, Tiny Tim, yeah.
Morgan's like, what?
Yeah, that nut job.
Morgan's like, what?
Or as Neil says, Tiny Chim. Tiny Chim sang Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
He's saying you're doing it, Joe.
She's not.
No, Neil.
I'm not.
Maybe he just hears it.
Tiptoe through the tulips. Oh, piss off, Neil James. Piss off. Go and annoy.
He hears the
CH. Go and stroke your cat.
No, because he hears it that way because he's used to saying it that way, so he hears it the way he expects to hear it.
He's picking on me, Amy. Can you write him a poem? Let's bully Neil. He's picking on me. What do you mean I've always bullied you, Neil? I've never. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying to your cats. That Joe Bob's the biggest bully of them all. I know. I hear you.
We only bully the ones we love.
That's right.
All right, my men are almost home, and y'all have been going almost 3 hours. Y'all crazy.
I know. I need to go eat dinner, so
Hungry.
I need to go.
I got a poem to write.
I was so happy to see you, Joe, and so happy to see Morgan again twice in a week. It's awesome. And Amy,
Thanks.
we always love when you come in here and cause chaos.
I try.
And do sign language.
Chaos.
She's
chaos.
She's the best.
Not
Thanks for hanging out with me on a Saturday night.
Chaos. Did I miss anybody who was here earlier or no?
See you next Tuesday. What? Next Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, Neil.
Chums.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out on Saturday. I don't know if we're gonna do Monday or not. We'll see. It just depends. We'll see what.
I'll have to send Neil that hat. I'll send Neil the cap to cover his bald spot from the Northern Territory tourism. See you next Tuesday. CUNT. Northern Territory. That's their slogan for their tourism.
I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that, Joe.
Love y'all.
Bye,
Other
everybody.
than that, I can send him a 3-pronged fork. God knows what happened to the rest of it.
I got a back.
Maybe it was one of those wildlife critters in my car.
Oh, hope you didn't eat it or,
use it.
No, it was just
swallow it
found
by
here like,
accident.
oh, it's plastic. It's illegal. It's plastic disposable. Let me go throw it out before I get caught.
She gets caught.
That's right, because it's dangerous there.
Caught.
It's against
Yeah,
the
not
wall.
Chort. Before I get chort, let me go toss that out.
Well,
Okay, I'm tossing it.
you better, otherwise Tomsky will call you a crim.
In the trash bin.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Chomp.
Bye.
Chomp for president.